Hi there, entrepreneurs. Hi there, entrepreneurs. Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to serve more people? Do you want to prosper not just yourself and your customer, but to prosper your team and grow with your team.
How has the pandemic affected you, your business, and your relationships?
You know what? This pandemic has brought my entrepreneurship journey into a whole new level. And I'd like to share with you some tips and tricks that I did that worked effectively for me, so that you might be able to apply it to your own businesses as well.
Yes, there's a way to become successful in the most difficult situation by just having the right mindset. You would encounter a lot of information that would really help you. So I hope you will be with us.
We are sharing to you the best entrepreneurs who will be talking about topics that will address our holistic being, the mindset, the heartset, the healthset, and the Soulset.
This is the time that we all have to step up and be a leader. And to be a leader, you have to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others and be connected to your soul. And that's the only way to survive this.
And I'm so excited because the messages that I'm sharing about the Heartset, this is coming from my heart to yours. Things that I've discovered in entrepreneurship that is prospering not just me, but the people I serve and the team that serves with me. So much love going out to all you entrepreneurs. You need to change the world. It starts with yourself.
In partnership with Moozen Core, we have decided to come up with this Heroes Online Summit to help entrepreneurs to rise and overcome economic struggles.
So in this summit, you would see a lot of entrepreneurs talking about their success stories.
We will take this to a higher level to inspire, empower, and bring out the best in you.
Inviting you all to be part of the Heroes Online Summit.
It will touch your heart, your mind, and your soul.
Come join us on August 31 from 9 a.m. to 12 noon via Facebook Live. Register here to know the details of this free event. The world needs more heroes. It takes one idea to change your world.
See you.
See you there
At the Heroes Online Summit.
Welcome to the Heroes Online Summit. Our host today is a wealth coach, a best-selling author, empowerment speaker, book curator, confidence and relationship builder. She is an active member of BNI and Toastmasters International. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our host here at the Heroes Online Summit, Miss Janice Dela Cruz.
Blessed morning to all of you. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first Heroes Online Summit. Today, we are celebrating National Heroes Day. I'm Janice Dela Cruz, and mabuhay ang mga bayani. Thank you for watching us and being with us this morning. Say hi in the comment section and let us know where you are watching, okay? So let me read some comments here. So hi to Ana Marie Herrera, to Martin de los Reyes, okay, to Paulino Bantegi. Okay, good morning. We are so glad that you are with us. Okay, Rosalie de Silvia, Hazel Declarador, Xavier King Multiventures, and Chaps Tugare, Rosie Asenjo, wow, my auntie in the U.S. We are being watched in the U.S. Elaine Factor, Bing Villanilla, Susan Tan, Aiza Santos. Thank you very much. And also, this live event is brought to you by Moozen Core Consulting, Inc. in partnership with Genly Events and Ticket Melon. Sit back and relax while you learn. I encourage you to hit the share button so that you can start your own watch party and so that your friends and families can watch this live. So you are watching this Facebook Live And for those who are watching or will be watching this on replay, welcome to the Heroes Online Summit. Okay? So I do encourage you all to be with us by posting in your comments, reactions, questions. Okay? I remind you to hit the like button of the Moozen Core page, like this live event, post, and share it. Because sharing is caring, indeed. Use the hashtag Heroes Online Summit, and we have surprise raffle prizes to those who will be actively participating for the entire duration of this online summit. Okay? So get a chance to win our grand prize. Our grand prize is a 1-hour career coaching assessment care of Moozen Core Consulting Inc., valued at $3,000. Wow, exciting! Thank you very much, Moozen Core. I hope you will stay with us until 12 noon as we have prepared for you a special program. And we have lined up 4 great speakers, entrepreneur speakers, who will talk about the following topics: the mindset, the Heartset, the Healthset, and the Soulset of an entrepreneur. So I encourage you all to take down notes and interact with us. Just to give you a short background, we thought of coming up with this Heroes Online Summit to help our dear entrepreneurs to pivot, scale up, and adapt during these trying times. And so we not only survive, but also thrive. Friends, are you ready? Okay, we want to hear from you. Are you ready? Thank you. Thank you for watching. Friends, to start our program, let's begin with our first guest speaker. Welcome to Heroes Online Summit. For our first guest speaker for today is an AB Communication Arts graduate from UST and had master's studies in public administration in UP Diliman. He first worked in government as part of the pioneering team that started Pag-ibig Fund in the 1980s. He started as a casual employee until he became the manager of Pag-ibig's Public Affairs Department, where he honed his skills in sales and marketing, public relations, corporate communication, and customer service. While working in government, he worked as part-time sales agent in Real Estate Network in the 90s. Seeing the great opportunities in real estate selling, he pursued it as a full-time career, leaving his government job. He rose to become the Senior Vice President for Sales in Real Estate. In 2006, he put up Green Circle Realty to exclusively sell projects of real estate developer ProFence. Using the concept of salespreneurship that he developed through the years, Green Circle Realty is now the consistent #1 sales network of ProFence in its flagship project, Lancaster New City in Cavite. Today, Green Circle Realty is also known as the training ground of successful and top-earning real estate salespreneurs, making our resource speaker earn his brand, the Master Salespreneur. Our speaker is a licensed real estate broker, the 2017 president of Pasig Real Estate Board, a founding member of the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers, a director of the Guild of Real Estate Entrepreneurs and Professionals, the past president of BNI Genesis in Makati, the launch director of 3 chapters in BNI's Metro Central Region, and of course, the president and CEO of Green Circle Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest speaker for today, the Master Salespreneur himself, Gabriel Billy Dominguez.
Hi.
Yes, I am doing great. So how about you? What are you grateful for today, Sir Billy?
Well, of course, I'm grateful for the gift of life and gift of love surrounding me with my family, friends, and business associates. So it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, thank you for saying yes to be part of the Heroes Online Summit. So let's start our question and answer. And let me begin by asking you, can you give us a brief background of your journey as an entrepreneur? How you started and the process you underwent to becoming a very successful one in your field?
Well, I guess just like most of the people who started their career, started mine as an employee. So from college, I went into employment in a government agency, and luckily during that time, this was just a starting government institution, and that's the institution called Pag-ibig Fund. So I am lucky to be part of the pioneering team of Pag-ibig Fund, where I became part of the public affairs department. I started as a casual employee because I'm fresh from college without any government, but without any civil service eligibility. So I have to start from the bottom, casual. But I like the job because it's customer service, public assistance, and information about a very good concept like Pag-ibig, which is a savings program and at the same time a housing program. So I enjoyed my work. I was inspired to do my best until I went into climbing the corporate ladder. So I became an information chief, then assistant manager. Then I was so happy to become the public affairs manager. So I stayed for 10 years, and I thought I would be retiring there because it was a very good job, satisfying, fulfilling, and I was doing a good service to the public because it's government service. We all know at a certain point you would need to augment your income when you have a growing family. So I thought of exploring other opportunities. And during that time, I really wanted to go into business. But as we all know, when you go into business, there are a lot of considerations. And one of them is, of course, what business you're going into that would make you.
Welcome to Heroes Online Summit. For our first guest speaker for today is an AB Communication Arts graduate from UST and had master's studies in public administration in UP Diliman. He first worked in government as part of the pioneering team that started Pag-ibig Fund in the 1980s. He started as a casual employee until he became the manager of Pag-ibig's Public Affairs Department, where he honed his skills in sales and marketing, public relations, corporate communication, and customer service. While working in government, he worked as part-time sales agent in real estate network in the 90s. Seeing the great opportunities in real estate selling, he pursued it as a full-time career, leaving his government job. He rose to become the senior vice president for sales in real estate. In 2006, he put up Green Circle Realty to exclusively sell projects of real estate developer thru. Using the concept of salespreneurship that he developed through the years, Green Circle Realty is now the consistent #1 sales network of pro-friends in its flagship project, Lancaster New City in Cavite. Today, Green Circle Realty is also known as the training ground of successful and top-earning real estate salespreneurs, making our resource speaker earn his brand, the Master Salespreneur. Our speaker is a licensed real estate broker, the 2017 president of Pasig Real Estate Board, a founding member of the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers, a director of the Guild of Real Estate Entrepreneurs and Professionals, the past president of BNI Genesis in Makati, the launch director of 3 chapters in BNI's Metro Central Region, and of course, the president and CEO of Green Circle Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest speaker for today, the master salespreneur himself, Gabriel Billy Dominguez.
Hi,
Hi.
kumusta?
Yes, I am doing great. So how about you? What are you grateful for today, Sir Billy?
Well, of course, I'm grateful for the gift of life and gift of love surrounding me with my family, friends, and business associates. So it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, thank you for saying yes to be part of the Heroes Online Summit. So let's start our question and answer. And let me begin by asking you, can you give us a brief background of your journey as an entrepreneur? How you started and the process you underwent to becoming a very successful one in your field?
Well, I guess just like most of the people who started their career, started mine as an employee. So from college, I went into employment in a government agency, and luckily during that time, this was just a starting government institution, and that's the institution called Pag-ibig Fund. So I am lucky to be part of the pioneering team of Pag-ibig Fund, where I became part of the public affairs department. I started as a casual employee because I'm fresh from college without any government, but without any civil service eligibility. So I have to start from the bottom, casual. But I like the job because it's customer service, public assistance, and information about a very good concept like Pag-ibig, which is a savings program and at the same time a housing program. So I enjoyed my work. I was inspired to do my best until I went into climbing the corporate ladder. So I became an information chief, then assistant manager. Then I was so happy to become the public affairs manager. So I stayed for 10 years, and I thought I would be retiring there because it was a very good job, satisfying, fulfilling, and I was doing a good service to the public because it's government service. We all know at a certain point you would need to augment your income when you have a growing family. So I thought of exploring other opportunities. And during that time, I really wanted to go into business. But as we all know, when you go into business, there are a lot of considerations. And one of them is, of course, what business you're going into that would make you successful. Number two, the capital that you would entail, no, in putting up a business. And of course, your appetite for risk. These are the three major considerations in my thinking of going to business. What business to go to? Where will I get the money? I'm just a government employee. And my fear of risk. So I got delayed in my decision. So I stayed on as an employee until I bumped onto some friends. I met some people in the real estate selling business who enticed me to go into selling. For them, it's the best way to get started of augmenting your income. And when I went into real estate selling, I got introduced into a concept where they're saying real estate selling is a form of entrepreneurship. So that made me leave my government job and started doing part-time real estate selling in a real estate company. Then again, I enjoyed the job because it was an opportunity to meet and talk to a lot of people with different backgrounds. And I enjoyed the process of convincing or influencing people to make investments in real estate properties. But from that time, I considered it my business. So it was there that I conceptualized the business discipline called salespreneurship, because I started as a seller, as a salesman, but I inculcated in my mind the principles of entrepreneurship. So, kaya tawag ko sa sarili ko during that time, negosyante. Tingin ko meron akong pusong ahente na gustong magserbisyo sa aking mga clients, mga home buyers, yung gusto kong makipag-usap sa kanila, exploring the beauty of investing in real estate. But at the same time, I had the utak negosyante. So I was an ahente, pero I was using the utak negosyante. Kaya I called myself negosyante. And from being a real estate negosyante na ahenteng utak negosyante, I did, again, all the things that should be done to become successful. I met a lot of people. I serve a lot of people. And of course, I made them happy with my customer service. And I guess that paved the way to putting up my own real estate business. So from negosyante to a real negosyante in the field of real estate. So in 2006, I put up my own business, my company called Green Circle Realty. So I am so happy to announce that this year, specifically last July, we've celebrated our 14th anniversary as a real estate marketing company, continuously providing affordable quality homes to our Filipino workers.
Wow, congratulations, Sir Billy, 14 years. Wow, that's really a milestone for a company like you, no? Na nag-start ka sa pagiging ahente nga, and then now you have a big company. How many people are you managing right now?
So right now, we started with 12 in 2006. We're now managing a group of hundreds, no? Hundreds of sales people led by 8 sales directors. So from 12, we grew dramatically through the concept of salespreneurship, which I introduced in the company. So everyone in the company, whatever the sales position they have the mindset of a salespreneur. Just like what I started, I simply shared it with them. So that's why today, they fondly call me the master salespreneur, because from me as an individual salespreneur, I was able to encourage, nurture my people as their own salespreneurs. So and now, right now, they're passing it on also to the people that they're managing. So the salespreneurship concept is spreading, and I'm so happy for that.
Wow. So the salespreneur concept is not really for real estate lang. So it can
Yes.
apply to different types of industries, right?
Yes, it just happened that I am in the real estate selling business, but basically, salespreneurship is open to different industries. As long as you're doing selling, as long as you have a good product, you would want to market it successfully, and you want to manage your resources, your selling business, just like a real business, you have the potential to become a successful salespreneur. So it's open to everyone. So I'm so happy to share that to everyone.
Wow, that's a great idea na pwede nating makuha from Sir Billy. So my next question for you is, who is your hero that inspired or influenced you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I don't really have a specific hero, but I read a lot. I look at people a lot. I observe a lot of people. It's ang tip ko kasi sa sarili ko from then on, parang hindi masamang mangopya to success, di ba? It's not too bad to copy success stories of successful people.
Yes.
So I'm so happy observing the success of other people, and I start getting different success points, no, or success factors for every person. So I read a lot. I listen to a lot of success stories. But of course, I think I would like to give credit to my mom, no, who I admire as a business person. So at a young age, I saw her as, I call her the storekeeper par excellence. She has all the qualities of a very good business man. That is from discovering a product that has value, from doing creative and marketing for such a product, and of course, yung charisma niya to customers, how she can please her customers from buying up to the time that they're using whatever product, whatever commodity she was peddling. And most important, she had a good business math. She's not a graduate of whatever course, but she has very practical mathematics or business math in doing her business. She does not have to use a calculator to add all those things, no?
Ah.
And of course, the Uwido type of managing business, and based on experience, she was really the epitome of a good businessman. So I guess I got an inspiration from that because at a young age, I was able to witness that in action. All the basics of entrepreneurship that I am using now, all I got from my mom.
Wow. May pinagmanahan pala.
Sa
So,
tingin ko. At maganda yon na minana ko sa aking nanay. No?
thank you for sharing that, Sir Billy. What's the best thing about being an entrepreneur?
Being an entrepreneur, I guess one word, if I would think of one word, freedom. And for most people, of course, they would equate freedom to financial freedom because when you are an entrepreneur, you dictate your business. You dictate your sales, you dictate your revenues, you dictate your profit, and eventually you dictate your income. So that means you have the freedom to earn the money that you want because you are your own boss. You are the captain of your own flagship. So I guess that is the most practical objective of people who go people who go into business. But another concept of freedom that I would like to talk about in entrepreneurship is the time freedom. So because when you're employed, you're really tied up with your company because you have a boss, you have a time card, you have specific obligations in the company that you have to abide by. When you are a businessman and you own the business, you take care of your own time. You manage your own time. You manage your own self based on the time that you would put into it. And by being an entrepreneur, the more important part is while doing business, you can do the things that you love most also. So I always believe that a good businessman is someone who can do his business successfully, but he also has the time to do the other more important things in his life. So basically, it's work-life balance. So I guess by being an entrepreneur, your freedom to balance your work with your other important things in life is more possible. That's why time freedom is very important for every entrepreneur. And I hope all entrepreneurs will use time freedom in a better way.
Yes.
I will let us not fall into the trap of using all our time because we're free to use our time to our business, neglecting other important facets of our life. So for me, time freedom is work-life balance where you are not just successful, but you are also happy about your success and with the people you're working with. And of course, the other freedom that I'm talking about in entrepreneurship is your freedom of expression. I'm sure all of us would like to express ourselves freely, creatively, proactively. So as an entrepreneur, I guess that would be the best vehicle. That would be the best opportunity to express your creativity and all the things that you want to happen because you own the business. You set directions for it and you know your objectives. So your freedom to express, that is something that could always make you happy, that could always make you fulfilled as you go through your business. So when you express yourself freely and you are enjoying what you're doing, it's not work anymore, right?
Yes. So yung passion mo, you have turned it into a profession, which is your business. So maganda yung
Yes.
sinabi ni Sir Billy because sabi niya, yung expression, time, and money, you're able to achieve that when you're in business. So yung mga
Yes.
listeners natin na wala sa business pa yan, mag-business na rin kayo. Okay? So Sir Billy, my next question for you is, what is your definition of being a hero?
Wow, mabigat, no? Hero. Well, as we all know, the generic definition of hero is being noble, being brave or courageous in whatever you do. But I guess in the modern day definition of hero is any person who can do something exceptional, extraordinary, and who can overcome the difficulties, just like in this case. If you go beyond what is expected of you and you can rise to the occasion, especially during difficult times, I guess this is heroic. No? This is heroic. So when you are able to achieve your goals and you are able to influence the people you work with, that's also heroic. So anything that would make you achieve something exemplary, something extraordinary, something different, something admirable, that makes you a hero.
And in this current time po ng pandemic, how are you becoming a hero? What is that greatest challenge that you have overcome in the past months?
Well, this is a very interesting question because we are in difficult times, no? We are in challenging times. And as they say, real heroes are born during crisis. So in my case, just like you, I'm using my precious time at this point in this most difficult phase of our country or of the whole world, no? Of the whole world, to really inspire people. Even sometimes we find difficulty to inspire because we ourselves are suffering some problems, some obstacles, some trials. But to become heroic, we have to rise from that, no? So we have to continuously use our talents, our skills to inspire people, to convince them that this too shall pass. So by offering our services to them, like what we're doing right now, this type of summit, these are the things that I consider heroic, Janice. So while other people are getting depressed, remains to be confused, or remains dormant by doing nothing, we are here doing something to really uplift the spirit of our mga kababayans, no? And for every person that we are able to influence to go into something proactive, to do something positive, I consider that a simple heroic deed. And I guess that has a lot of impact, di ba? So, yung makumbinsi lang natin, yung mga kababayan natin na, oy, kaya natin to, sama-sama tayo, magtulong-tulong tayo, itong challenges na to, mawawala din, di ba? Lagi nating sinasabi, tough times will never last, but tough people will do. So we just need our mental toughness, di ba? We just need creativity, we just need flexibility, and of course, adaptability. So faith in God, tapos focus action, tapos let's get our acts together, tulong-tulong tayo, bayanihan spirit. So pag yun, tuloy-tuloy nating nakumbinsi mga kababayan natin during these difficult times, we are all considered heroes.
That's true. So kaya yun yung reason why we are having this Heroes Online Summit, because we want to bless more people so that they can be the hero that they are meant to be in their own fields. So,
and congratulations for this, Janice. Congratulations for doing this Summit Heroes. It's something that would really inspire a lot of people. So thank you for initiating such worthy activity.
Thank you very much then for saying yes to this. Okay. So Sir Billy, I'm interested because you're from real estate, diba? And most people nowadays, they have this mindset na, oh, medyo dihado or mahirap ang real estate ngayon because usually, di ba, field yan. They have to go out, see clients, tripping, di ba? So, I'd like you to share to our viewers, what did you do in your business? How come your business is flourishing? It's thriving. So, please do share it to us.
Well, I guess I just follow some very important tips, no, which I guess can be followed also by other businessmen out there, whatever your business is, no. So I guess number one step during this crisis is basically to be aware of what's happening. What is the pulse of the people, no, and get updated on the real condition. So by knowing your turf, by knowing your area, that would give you an idea on what to do next. So, anong hugot ng bayan ngayon? Common na concern ng mga any businessmen, what are the pain points, di ba? What are the problems that we can solve? What are the situations that we can improve? So basically, by knowing your area, by knowing your surroundings, by knowing the pulse from the people, anong hugot nila, so that's the first thing that you have to do. And we know that's very important. Then after knowing what's happening, that time you have to position your product or service that you want to offer or that you are currently offering if you have an existing business. So if you have an existing business, you have to customize your business to what the situation needs. If you have to, the favorite word now is pivot. If you have to pivot immediately, either you retain your current product, but you have to reposition it so that it will still be valuable and it will still be acceptable to our target market. Or if you think your product is passé or became obsolete because of the current situation that you've just seen, no? This is the time to look for another product or to look for another service or to start one based on the need of the market. So you have to be very quick in that, either in repositioning your existing product or creating one that is very acceptable to the market that you want to serve now. And of course, that brings us to the third thing, no? That is the time that you have to employ a very creative and relevant sales and marketing strategy. So what is the relevant way of doing it now during this crisis? And what's the best way so that you can really reach out to the people who may need your product? And finally, take care of your resources. Take care of your finances. Take care of the people you work with, because we will do this together. So basically, there are 4 things. So number 1, you have to study what's happening and what's the current need, what's the current situation. So in our case at Green Circle Realty, we just felt at first mukhang ang hirap kasi real estate, meron bang bibili? But when we carefully studied the situation by observing what's happening day by day, and that is a trait of a businessman, be observant. Diba? Dapat alam mo yung pulso. Open your mind, open your eyes, open your ears on what's happening. And there I saw that today, during this pandemic, while the vaccine is not here, the best protection against COVID is to stay at home. And for employees, for workers, for employers, they decided to do a work from home setup, I guess for a longer time. So as a real estate marketing person, I would like to position my business now that if you would be staying at home and you'll be working from home, well, I will invite you to own a home. So that, diba, while you're staying at home with your family and while you're doing your work, you would be comfortable because you own your own home and you have the freedom to do both yung staying at home at saka yung working from home. So why not buy a home? So more than ever, this is the best time to own a home for you and your family. That's how I assess the situation. And I guess that's also my way of positioning my product, diba, to the right target market. And of course, the third, ito na yung sinasabi nating sales and marketing strategy. So real estate selling is a very personal type of selling where you really have to meet your clients face to face, and the requirement in the sales process is going on a tripping where you accompany your buyer to the project site for your buyer to see what you are selling to him. So at this point, that might be impossible or too risky to do because of the COVID. No? From then on, during the first few weeks of the COVID, I talked to all our salespeople to think of a strategy. I don't want you to take risks just to make sales, but I just don't want you, kumbaga, maging dormant lang, maging unproductive because we are all afraid. So I guess there's a way of doing it that we can sell without being put into some risk. And that's where we thought of, why not do selling without tripping? At first, it was too difficult to think about. How can we do that? For years, we've been doing selling without tripping. So we thought of some ideas on how to do it. And that, of course, gave birth to what we call the virtual presentations today. So where we make presentations using virtual presentations for the house that we are selling, giving them a virtual tour of the subdivision. And we even went to the extent of giving them a virtual tour from the meeting place where we usually pick them up, the tour along the way, the things that they will pass through, no, in going to the place. So it's a complete virtual presentation as if we're doing it face-to-face with them. And so far, 80% of our sales now are being made by virtual presentations. So in a way, I can consider that we were successful in doing that strategy. Of course, the other strategy there is we are now a friend of technology. Those who used to do it on face-to-face, or yung personal selling, yung we really have to go to our clients to make presentations. Today, we've mastered the art of doing sales presentation through Zoom meetings, through social media, through other forms of online platforms. And it's very effective at this point. And that brings me to the fourth aspect, no? Ito na yung resource and finance management natin. So we know today is a technology-oriented way of selling. So we can allocate siguro our budget into technology. And of course, we have to manage a network of people that we can train in terms of sales. And this time we can train in terms of technology. And we have to go to our business mat. Money is really difficult at this point, but if you manage your finances properly, that can be handled. So financial literacy is not about the bigness or the smallness of your money, but it's really your ability to manage whatever amount you have right now. And a good entrepreneur is aware of that, financial and resource management. That makes us very successful at this point of our situation. No? May COVID tayo, may pandemic tayo, but we're almost back to our pre-COVID sales level at this point.
Ang galing no? So talagang I honor you, Sir Billy, because you are a true entrepreneur who has a growth mindset, because that's your strategy. In fact, that's your strategy of being successful. And look at you here, you're sharing it to the whole world so that you can also bless other people and they can also use that same kind of strategy. Diba? So
yeah, that's applicable to all businesses, no? Yung 4 steps na yon that can they can modify it, they can customize it for their particular business, but basically those 4 steps it's open for use for everyone.
I'm amazed. Okay, Sir Billy, what aspect of an entrepreneur's life should one prioritize in order to cope up with this pandemic?
I guess it's the thing I called AQ. So AQ means adversity quotient. So at this point, more than IQ or intelligence quotient or EQ, emotional quotient, to get started, to survive or better thrive in this pandemic time, we have to have a very high AQ. That means we can overcome whatever adversities that we are facing. Because when we are ready to overcome adversities, a lot of things can happen already. So that's the time that we can really do a positive and proactive approach in everything that we do. That will open to creativity. That will open to our ability to communicate with a lot of people so that we can put up a very strong network that would help us in this business. Diba? Remember, in business, if you are not networking, you are not working. So we really have to get in touch with people every day. And in this case, I would always share my favorite line, no? Every day is opportunity day. In the middle of crisis, if we wake up each morning with the belief that every day is opportunity day, whatever the situation is, that's a great start for everyone's success. So having a growth mindset will be easy if yung AQ mo is mataas. Kasi you can start thinking of everything positive that would make you successful, and you can gloss over all the other negative things around you. So it takes AQ that would always make you stay afloat, that would always give you a happy disposition. Sabi ko nga sa Tagalog, wala naman yan sa sitwasyon. nasa disposition. Yes, we cannot create our situations, di ba? They will just come. We never thought that COVID will come in our lives. So yes, we cannot choose our situations, but we can always choose our response to whatever situations that would come in. And that would be the one to define if we will become successful. And I hope in every situation that we have, negative or positive, we would choose to respond positively and proactively so that success will just be around the corner.
I picked up a lot of wisdom from there. No? So our viewers, please, I hope you're taking down notes because this is really gold mine, di ba? Ang dami nyo na pong shinare, but any final message so that we can help them uplift themselves during these trying times?
And as a parting word, I would share my favorite inspiring thoughts that I, again, concocted through an acronym. No? So sana matandaan ng lahat because ito talagang pwedeng magbigay sa atin ng magandang future, even this challenging times. So I am inviting everyone to rise and soar during and after this pandemic. Remember, this too shall pass. So let us rise and soar. And for rise, I would like to define rise by being resilient, by being innovative, by being self-driven, and most important, by being enthusiastic. Nothing great has been achieved without enthusiasm. So kahit na kung minsan ang hirap bumangon sa umaga, ang hirap matulog sa gabi because of the problems that we are experiencing right now, let's at least maintain our enthusiasm that every morning is another beautiful day waiting to be explored and discovered. So I repeat, to rise, we have to be resilient, innovative, self-driven. Yung wala nang kailangang boss o may magpapaalala sa'yo, just do it. And of course, enthusiastic. And we can soar higher during this time. Kahit na mukhang imposible. But diba, sabi nga nila, to think is to create. What we visualize, we will realize. We simply become what we think about. So let's soar high, even in the middle of this pandemic. And we can soar high if soar means to you discovering your strengths. Lahat tayo may strength. And this is the best time to discover our inner strengths and bring it to the fore so that we can be successful. And that strength that you would discover, match them with whatever opportunity available at this point. Remember, there are opportunities in the deepest, even in the deepest crisis. Just keep on exploring. So match your strength with those opportunities that you would see. Then you have to start doing focus action, massive action. So action ang kailangan ngayong panahon na to. Yes, we can dream, no? But our dreams, di ba, hindi nangyayari yan when we sleep. Yung dreams natin nagkakatotoo pag gising tayo. So let's do focus action and definitely you would produce results. So ibig sabihin, let's soar higher by focusing on your strengths, your opportunities in your midst, your actions that would produce results. So with that, I guess we can all be successful during this time of pandemic because we are the captain of our own flagship. And with God's guidance, how can we fail?
Yes, indeed. I believe in that. We can never fail with those things that you have shared to us, Sir Billy. Grabe, ang bilis ng oras. I learned a lot from you. I picked up some notes and hopefully I'll be able to apply this as well in my business. And to all our viewers, if you have questions, please do type your questions in the comment section so that we can give them to Sir Billy and allow him to answer them. Please, Sir Billy, I give you this opportunity to invite all our viewers for anything, any program that you have.
Okay, so yung pong bitin, no, dito sa ating discussion kasi may kilang yung oras natin. You can always learn the benefits of salespreneurship by subscribing to our YouTube channel, The Master Salespreneur. So doon po may compilation ng mga talks namin tungkol sa salespreneurship. So if you want to become a successful salespreneur, just subscribe to the Master Salespreneur YouTube channel. And for those who would want to put into action the principles of salespreneurship that we are talking about. We are welcoming everyone to a free coaching, to a free seminar at Green Circle Realty. We do it every Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 noon. So if you are enterprising and if you want something productive during this pandemic, you are more than welcome to join our free coaching and free orientation sessions on how to become a very successful real estate salespreneur in the middle of pandemic. Libre po yan at yan ay tulong namin sa lahat ng gustong umasenso sa panahon natin ngayon. Again, Janice, maraming salamat for making me part of this noble project called Heroes Summit. May God bless you. Keep safe and stay healthy so that you can serve more people during this time. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. A round of applause for Sir Billy. Virtual applause. So thank you very much, Sir Billy. I learned a lot from you and talagang hindi lang pala talaga mindset, no? Talagang kailangan then ma-put into action yung mga plans natin, no? To really say that we have a growth mindset, we have to really put into action everything that we want to achieve, especially in business. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, Ren. Bye-bye.
There you have it, friends. We have learned from Sir Billy Dominguez about having the right mindset. Okay, hi naman sa mga taong nanonood ngayon. What did you learn from Sir Billy? Put in the comment section your key takeaways, your learnings, any comments you have. Okay, and then I will read them. Okay, sino ba mga nandito ngayon? Okay, sabi ni Ruby, be creative. Okay, ang galing. Rise and soar, resilient, innovative, self-driven, enthusiastic, strengths, opportunities, action, and result by Doris Poblete. Thank you very much. Wow, sinamarize niya. Talaga nakikinig siya at nagno-notes siya. Okay, so we have also Edes Banting with God's guidance. How can we feel? Wow, that's right. Okay. From Angie Roayo, adversity quotient, clear explanation, agree. Tama, di ba? Adversity. Right now, because marami tayong mga pagsubok talaga ngayon, iba-iba. Okay, so I just received a message from Sir Billy and he is giving away 1 free hour business coaching to a lucky winner. So please do type in your comments and your questions so that you have the opportunity to win that business coaching with him, the master salespreneur. Okay, like this post, share it, tag your friends, your colleagues, and I'm sure they will learn more from our 3 more speakers. We have 3 more speakers lined up. Okay? So let us continue our program with our second speaker.
Our special guest is a graduate of University of the Philippines, Manila, with a degree in behavioral sciences. She has earned her marketing diploma from the Ateneo Graduate School of Business in 2008, awarded by Philippine Wacol Corporation as a Woman of the World who serves as an inspiration for making positive changes through her extraordinary dedication, personal achievement, and service to others. A news anchor of Good News Pilipinas TV, founded by the Filipino international broadcaster, Mr. Rico Hison. She is a vision board coach who helps people discover what they really want in life and how to get it fast. She has given high-impact motivational workshops in different places in the Philippines and abroad, such as Hong Kong, Dubai, California, USA, and Tanzania, Africa. Remaining to be energetic, passionate, and highly positive, she continues to spread positivity through vision board parties, one group at a time. A professional events host who has hosted over 250 events here and abroad. a businesswoman who runs Wrap It Up, specialty store located in Cash and Carry, Makati. A certified neurolinguistic programming practitioner under the American Union of NLP, a certified medical intuitive theta healer under the Theta Healing Institute of Knowledge founded in Montana, USA. Our guest will talk about the Healthset of the entrepreneur. Friends, help me welcome a multi-talented woman, our special guest in our Heroes Online Summit, Miss Trixie Esguerra.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Janice, for your warm welcome. Hello to you who's watching us right now.
Hi, Trixie. What are you grateful for today?
Gosh, I'm grateful for clients who believe in me and my team. Grateful for the people I get to work with. Thankful for people like you who trust in me. Thankful for the person who is watching right now.
Trixie, I'm so interested to know, can you give us a brief background on your journey as an entrepreneur? How did you start? And what was your process in starting your business?
Thank you, Janice. You know, this is one of the few interviews na it's about the entrepreneurship journey of mine. So I think I really started college, mga 2007, during the latter part. It's because we have a family business. My mama actually has Wrap It Up. So as in wrapitup.com.ph, it's a gift wrapping business. So we used to have a lot of stores and stalls inside different malls. So she started that. And then I would, if I have the time after school or during weekends, I would go and see how it's doing, learn a thing or two, ganyan, every day. During that time, syempre walang sweldo. Basta, di ba, learn the ropes of the business. And then, after graduating, that was the time I, got into it more and started running few stores until such time, Janice, na I was able to earn enough money through working for her, for my mama. And then, I was able to have enough that I was able to buy at least one store of hers. Diba? So, ganun. Oo. Meron ako investment. And then, siya rin. So, hanggang sa, akin na yon. Akin na yung buong stall na yon. And then, that's how I was able to get another store, all on my own. So, yun yung entrepreneurship journey ko. It was with the help of my mama. That's why she is, of course, every mother is a blessing. But, with this mama of mine, talaga namang may kasamang business, skills.
Hindi naman tayo nagkakalayo. My mother is also the influencer on my end para maging entrepreneur. So, would you consider, Trixie, that your mom is your hero when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Yes, we're talking about hero, no? Oo, sa lahat ng bagay, lalo na dyan. Kasi kung hindi niya ako in-expose doon, malamang wala akong Wrap It Up ngayon. Di ko rin alam kung nandito rin ako sa larangan ng pag-host and all, kasi now I remember it's really Wrap It Up that also set the stage for me in terms of knowing how it is to be interviewed on TV, knowing how to be, to feel comfortable and be confident. Kasi yun yung mga una kong TV guestings, no? At madami doon live. So, parang papatawag ka na lang ng ABS, okay, can you guest here? Lalo na pag December, di ba? Or represent Wrap It Up. Tapos meron pang rapping. Di ba? You're from ABS, so you know how the whole thing goes. It's fun. And up until now, I still run my own store. So, thankfully, even if may pandemic, kaya pa. God help us.
So, what do you consider as the best thing being an entrepreneur?
Time kasi I have the control. I know when to use my time. I can decide when and how much time I'll give, and if I can delegate or not, or if I can pause because I have family obligations. You know what I mean? So this is something that I believe if you are working for somebody else, you can't have that luxury of time. So the number one reason why I decided to really embrace being an entrepreneur. So currently, I have two businesses. So one is Wrap It Up. So sa nanonood ngayon, tas curious kayo, pwede niyo yung mahanap rapitup.com.ph para alam mo yung itsura. And number 2 is Positivity Chicks Training Events and Consultancy. So that's my training business.
Pero ba, dati ba, Trixie, have you tried being an employee?
Oo, salamat, Janice. Nakakalimutan ko na yung mga ganyan. Yeah. Yes, 2010, I worked for DTI under CITEM, Center for International Trade, Expositions, and Missions. Okay? So kami yung team ng Manila Fame. Manila Fame, ito yung ating napakagandang 3-day event na 2 beses sa isang taon wherein we gather all the suppliers, all the craftsmen of the Philippines, and then we bring in buyers from different parts of the world to export ang sariling atin. No? Naging kasali ako doon, 1 year nga lang, tapos na-realize ko na hindi para sa akin yun. I mean, I have it's such a noble job, but I think I have a calling for something else. So I decided to let go of that, focus on Wrap It Up. And then after a few years, that's when I got to see my other calling, the real purpose of my existence. Wow! May ganon.
What is your own definition of being a hero?
Ikaw na nanonood, anong definition mo ng pagiging hero, ha? Sige nga. Okay. Ako, Janice, as simple as if somebody did you good, na na-improve yung buhay mo sa kahit anong paraan, and then hero ka para dun sa tao. Yeah. Wala yan sa laki or sa liit. Nandyan yan sa anong epekto, anong ginawa mo. No? So, ganun para sa akin ng hero. So, marami tayong heroes sa paligid. Like ikaw, Janice, for example, at some point, you become hero for me. In many times of my life, so I consider you one of my heroes.
Kumbaga sa hindi naman kailangan magpakamatay para maging hero, di ba? Hindi naman gano'n.
Hindi. Stay alive.
Tayo yung buhay na hero. So,
kailangan ng bansang ito.
Yes,
ang buhay na hero.
Kailangan natin ang buhay na hero. We dub this as heroes because we believe that entrepreneurs are modern day heroes.
Ay, oo. Sa panahon ngayon, oh my God, I see a lot of people who have turned themselves into entrepreneurs through online selling. And, di ba, hindi madali mag-sell online. Sa totoo lang po. So, lahat na nakikita ko na nagsusumikap, itry yun. Getting out of their comfort zone. For me, oh my God, heroes sila ng kanilang pamilya. At ng bansang ito.
Eto, interested ako malaman, Trixie, how are you becoming a hero during this time na nasa pandemic pa rin tayo? We are in quarantine. Can you share to us your business? How are you doing in terms of your business?
With Wrap It Up, ngayon kasi yung mga clients na sinaserve pa rin namin, I think 80% are my regular clients na patuloy yung business nila. So they still need our products. They still need the personalized ribbons, right? Kasi it's part of their packaging. So I would say na we're still supporting those who are thriving and surviving. So that's one part. Plus, we don't, since we also do, alam mo yung mga bouquets, balloons, ganyan, di ba, pampahappy yun. So ngayon, mas marami yung mga nag-order na pinapadala lang namin. So ang effect is, alam mo yun, in terms of ang daming malungkot ngayon. So, at least nababawasan yung statistics na malungkot. Kasi masaya sila, di ba? Na, okay, we'll take care of everything. Just let us know what you want. We'll send it there. So, that's for the Wrap It Up part. For Positivity Chicks naman, with training, currently, Janice, I have a team and we are training scientists from the UST who invented products that are supposed to help in the COVID-19 response. So currently, we are training them to be able to, speak better, to be able to make the people understand their project. So I think, I would say malaking bagay kasi nga, pag hindi naman maintindihan ng ordinaryong tao yung proyekto nila, di wala din, di ba?
Siguro kwento mo rin, Trixie, yung naging journey mo sa pagkakandak ng online vision board.
Ay, sige. Oo nga. Salamat. Tingnan mo. Ang dami mong, parang mas alam mo yung buhay ko. Salamat, Janice. Sige, yan yung pangatlo. Prior to pandemic, all the workshops I do are face-to-face. Diba, Janice? You've been to some of them. Kasi feeling ko, iba yung energy pag face-to-face eh. Parang mas gusto ko yung may tao talaga, yung alive na alive ako na nakikita nyo, na nakakausap ko kayo. But then this happened. Tapos naisip ko, teka lang, so what do I do? Hindi naman pwedeng walay. Di ba? Hindi pwedeng intay-intay. So, a little voice just told me, Trixie, turn it into online, right? No one is prepared. You don't know what's gonna happen, or you don't know how to really run it. But you know what? You have the material. And you know you have people who are waiting for that. So just do it, no? So, ang ibig ko po sabihin dito is, yung pagka-entrepreneur ko, para bang lumabas na tipong, may time ka namang i-figure out yan eh. Ang importante, i-launch mo ngayon. Diba, Janice? I-launch mo ngayon, tingnan mo kung may demand. Fortunately, ang dami. May demand pala talaga siya. So, inaral ko na lang yung mga step by step na dapat gawin. Inaral ko na lang along the way. So, ibig sabihin po noon, lahat tayo ngayon nangangapa. So, by this time, supposedly, medyo alam na natin yan. Alam na natin paano mag-open ng Zoom. Alam na natin na may breakout session. At least, yun, dapat alam na natin. No? But what I'm saying here is, all of us from scratch, or almost from scratch, wala ka talaga masasabi na, hindi ko pa perfect so hindi pa ako pwede mag-online selling. Or hindi pa ako pwede mag-webinar kasi hindi ko alam. Wala naman pong manual na sinasabi talaga kung paano ka mag-run ng online show or online workshop or whatever. At ang maganda dito, Janice, naiintindihan ng audience mo. 'Di ba? So kung magkamali ka man ng konti, magkulang ka ng konti, that's forgivable. Okay? Sa tingin ko, ang hindi forgivable, yung patapos na yung pandemic, tapos kahit isang beses, hindi mo trinay kasi takot ka. Yung ganun ba? By doing so, by getting out of your comfort zone and making use of this online platform, you yourself, you're becoming a hero to yourself and to the people around you.
Yes, ang ganda nun. Ako, I've always honored Trixie as somebody na sobrang energetic, parang hindi nawawala ng energy. So ano bang sikreto ni Trixie to keep that energy? Because you have NLP certification and then you are data healer. Paano mo na-maintain yung energy mo na yan? Can you give us some tips so that our viewers will learn from you?
Thank you, Janice. Okay. Anong tips ko, no? Sige. So ang tip, okay, isip tayo, limang tips. Okay lang, Janice, bilisan natin to. Letter T, I talk to myself. So ikaw na nanonood sa amin ni Janice ngayon, talk to yourself. Trixie, pang baliw na tip yan. Totoo, sige nga, 24/7, sinong kasama mo? Sarili mo, di ba? Oh, hindi mo ba naman kinakausap yung sarili mo? Siyempre, kinakausap mo. Di ba, minsan sinasabi mo pa nga, oh my God, may nahulog. Ay, tanga. Alam mo yun, pagkausap yun sa sarili. O kaya naman, alam mo yun, so meron indirectly, that way, meron din directly na tipong, Trixie, titingin ka sa mirror. Trixie, kaya mo to. Huwag mo sabihin, hindi mo pa yung ginawa ever, di ba? So, talk to yourself every day and be mindful of the words that you use. Because that's important. Because everything that you say, every word that comes out of your mouth, nagpupunta yan sa ating subconscious. And then, kung ano may nasa subconscious na yan, nadadala natin yan hanggang sa magugulat ka isang araw, wow, you're a more positive person now. Because you utter words of affirmation. Diba? Pwede rin naman na ang lagi mo sinasabi sa sarili mo is hindi ganun kaganda. So akala mo harmless yan. But then, one day, mafe-feel mo, oh my God, ba't ganito? Ba't hindi ko masyado na-attract yung mga gusto ko? It's because the words that you utter, that your ears hear and that stays inside you, yun din yung lumalabas. Right? So, that's the science and the power of how you really talk to yourself. So, sa umaga, Janice, and that goes to number 2. So, okay, meron akong tricks, no? 5 tricks yan. So, T is talk to yourself kindly. No, sorry. Talk to yourself nicely. Okay, with love. R is recite, or pwede na ba yung write? Kasi R. Okay. Recite or write things you're grateful for. Janice does that. I do that. A lot of my friends do that. Sa umaga, kasama yon. In-increase ko na nga po before I write down 10 things I'm grateful for. Nung na-feel ko na, bakit ganon? Janice, few weeks ago, nagkaroon ako ng feeling na, bakit ang daming magandang nangyayari sa buhay ko, pero hindi ako makafocus sa kanila. Parang naghahanap ako ng mas marami. So, na-bother ako, kasi sabi ko, hindi naman ako ganito. Ano nangyayari sa akin? So, ang ginawa ko, okay, Trixie, reframe ka ng mindset. Dinagdagan ko. So, ngayon, meron akong 20 things, araw-araw. Iba pa yung sinusulat ko, sa iba pa yung, meron akong partner na nag-exchange kami ng voice messages. Nasabi ko, okay, Give me 20, I'll give you 20 also. So, in a way, para akong nagpo-40 in a day. Right? So, that's important kasi, Trixie, ang weird na naman ng pangalawa mong, suggestion, Weird, but it works. Okay, give it a try. Give yourself the chance. Walang mawawala sa'yo. Okay? Why? Because, again, the universe loves grateful beings. What you focus on grows. Diba? So, ngayon, dahil nagsusulat ako noon, nababawasan yung oras sa pag-iisip ng takot, sa pag-iisip ng pangamba, nalagay mo sa iba. Okay? So, we're talking about what you do with your health, what you do with your self. And then Janice, ito yung mga ginagawa ko na nag-work sa akin. Identify your trigger. Sige nga, Janice, anong pagkakaintindi mo doon?
Trigger yung something na maiiyak ka or magagalit ka. Parang yun yung magpapaalala sa'yo ng mga past mo or something. Ganun ba yun? Tama ba?
Yes. Trigger, yeah. Trigger is, gamit natin siya ngayon as noun, no? Identify your trigger. Points. Okay? Tama. Yan yung mga bagay na kapag narinig mo pa lang or nabasa mo, nag-iiba na yung mood mo. Okay. Ngayon, dalawang kinds naman ng trigger. So, may maganda, may hindi maganda. Okay? So, both of them, maganda na malaman mo kung saan ka natitrigger, ano nagpapatrigger sa'yo. Why? Because the more you get to know yourself, the more you will know what you need. So, for example, wag tayo masyado malalim ngayon. As simple as, noong nag-pandemic, hindi ako nanood ng sad movies at all. Kasi alam ko, pag nanood ako, at kahit ano pa yan, pero malungkot, makakaramdam ako ng lungkot, tapos may tendency mag-downward spiral ako. So, alam ko na trigger yun sa akin, kaya iiwasan ko siya. Okay? Pero hindi ko may iwasan yun kung hindi ko na-identify na trigger sa akin yun. So, that's how I take care of my health. No? Bago pa man ako malungkot, ganyan, alam ko na. In terms of the good things, kung alam ko na, for example, ikaw, I'm sure, lagi mong tinatawagan si Ains, di ba? Lagi kayo nag-usap ni Ains, correct?
Hindi.
Okay, ganito gawin natin. Kasi busy siya, okay? I understand that. Pero di ba, pag gusto mong sumaya, tinatawagan mo si Ains.
Minsan.
Alam mo, ang ganda po ng conversation na to, di ba? Walang script yan. The point is, alam ni Janice na Ains definitely makes her happy. So kung gusto niya sumaya, ang trigger niya is, okay, I have to call my husband para tumaas yung energy ko.
Minsan kahit tingnan ko lang yung picture niya, happy na ako. Yun.
Ayun. So alam niya. Gets? Alam niya. So kung alam namin, alam niyo rin. Okay? Meron kayong mga trigger points. So yun lang yun. Okay? Bakit? Ba't kailangan yun? Para maproseso niyo yung sarili niyo sa araw-araw. Okay? And the letter C. Letter C, create your vision board. At dahil po dyan, si Janice na po magpapaliwanag sa inyo na. Janice, go.
Interactive pala to.
Oo! Go, Janice, go!
So, dahil si Coach Trixie ay aking vision board coach, yan. So, nakailang vision board na ba ako sa iyo na workshop? 3 yata?
3.
Okay. So, muntikan ko nang, actually, I was, you tapped me nga to do the vision board
to do what?
Your school, di ba? Yung sa school. Anyway, so yung vision board for me is something that lahat ng dreams and goals na gusto mong mangyari, nilalagay mo doon. And then, mga powerful words and then mga affirmations na gusto mong nakikita mo lagi. It's a visual reminder actually, di ba? And at the same time, it gives you that energy, the feeling na kapag nakikita mo siya, parang as if ina-attract mo na yung dream na yon at nangyayari na talaga siya. So, yun yung kagandahan ng may vision board. Kaysa yung walang visual representation, okay din naman yung sinusulat, di ba, Trixie? Okay din naman yun. Ideal pa rin na sinusulat. Pero maganda pa rin pag may visual representation.
Wonderful. Beautifully said. So guys, ayun na yung letter C. Hindi ko na-expound yun. Okay. Although, I just want to let you know, it can be overwhelming at times like this. Kasi nga parang, Trixie, nag-vision board ako noong January. Hindi ko naman nilagay yung pandemic eh. So ano to? Okay. So this is something na lahat tayo pare-pareho. But what we're saying is, again, whatever it is that you put on your vision board, if you're really sure about that, and then you don't change your plan, you don't change your goal, Okay, the course of how you attain that, of course, you have to change because we're in a different, we're in challenging times right now. But still, stick to the goal. During these times, if you find it hard, and then just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. You don't have to think of all these goals na sabay-sabay. Pwede ka mag-goal ng, okay, for this month, isa lang yung titingnan ko. Kasi yun yung nag-work sa akin ngayon, Janice eh. So parang, kung gusto ko mag-focus sa personal kong buhay, yun lang talaga yung, syempre nagtatrabaho ako, pero yung desire, alam mo yun, yung talagang effort, nandun lang sa isang bagay. Para hindi masyado mabigat. Diba? Kasi lahat tayo naman may dinadala everyday. Kahit paano, meron pa rin tayong anxiety and those things na we have to address. So, para lang bearable. Okay? Letter K. Okay. Panglima na yun, diba? Letter K. Okay. K is, know that life is happening for you and not to you. So, ito yung mga step na ginagawa ko po talaga sa araw-araw. Ang ibig sabihin lang doon ay, believe that the universe has your back. Everything that's happening right now is for your favor. Mahirap bang intindihin? Parang Trixie, ang hirap tanggapin. Parang niloloko mo naman kami. Pandemic, gusto ko, kailangan ko. Okay. Right now, hindi po natin yan masasagot. Hindi ko rin masasagot kung bakit may pandemic para sa'yo. Pero at least sa sarili ko, medyo nasasagot ko na. Okay? Hindi magandang, ang pandemic, obviously, hindi siya maganda. Pero, siguro nga, nandito to para makita natin kung, sige, how are we gonna turn things around? Ano ba yung maganda ano yung magandang nadulot nito? At paano ko pick up from there? So, not to be insensitive, but I really think, Janice, for example, this has been one of the best times of my life. Probably because I chose to see it that way. And because I chose to see it that way, and then I create the reality na, oh my God, oo nga. Sa totoo lang. Not to be insensitive to what other people are going through, but for me, at least, I chose to, to see the good in this situation. So, like for example, si Janice. Si Janice natutong magpa-online summit, natutong magpa-interview every day, ang dami-dami niyang projects. Oh my gosh. So, I would say na, okay, may mga magandang naidulot sa'yo yung pandemic, right? Pero syempre, given the chance, sana lahat ng tao ganun.
Mana-mana lang yan.
Mana-mana di ba? So, yun lang. Know that life is happening for you and not to you because, God created you. God wants you to have a beautiful life. So, we're in this thing together. Yun lang. Yun ang 5 tips.
Thank you for that 5 tips, no? So, recap lang natin yung 5 tips. Sabi mo, T is for talk to yourself every day.
Nicely,
Ano yun? R or W?
R. Recite na lang. Recite.
Right. Your gratitude list. No? So, sabi mo pa nga, you took it further na gawin mong 20 instead na 10 lang, di ba? Tapos, identify your triggers. And then C is create your vision board. And then 5 is know that life is happening for you and not to you. Webinar wave! Ang daling tandaan. Yan. Si Trixie ang mentor ko rin yan sa Toastmasters International. So, siya nag-introduce sa akin ng mga acronyms na yan para madaling matandaan ang speeches.
Yes, guys. So, yan bonus yan. Use mnemonics para yung mga nanonood sa'yo, kahit tapos na yung show mo, alam nila.
Tatandaan.
Madaling itahiin.
So, Trixie, what aspects of an entrepreneur's life should one prioritize in order to cope up with this pandemic?
Okay, now I'm thinking, in terms of health, taking that rest. Kasi para makapag-isip ka on how you can innovate, all right? And how you can make sure that, you're in there for a long term. Kailangan, clear yung head mo eh. Kailangan mo magpahinga talaga ng konti para makabawi ka. Okay? Hindi ka makakapag-isip kung puro ka worry. So, that's one. You really take a break. So, pag nag-take a break ka, huwag ka naman mag-guilty. Kasi pag nag-guilty ka, di nasa-stress ka din. Hindi ka rin nag-break. So, that's important. The moment na okay ka na, magiging klaro na yan, babalik yung vision mo. And it's gonna be much bigger. It's gonna be more beautiful. It's gonna be more realistic. And then that's the time you can start, connecting again with your people, leading your people. So if they see that, okay, my boss is mentally fit, my boss is healthy, how he thinks and how he wants to run the company, and then okay, yung mga tao mo sa'yo din hugot ng lakas, right? So that's what we want. And at the same time, you would still want to continuously serve your clients kung kaya. Okay? Kung kaya ng produkto mo, kung kaya ng kumpanya mo. Because by then, makikita rin ng clients mo na, okay, so whatever happens pala, itong supplier ko na to, or itong, client ko na to, we're still together. So, I believe hindi na putol yung relationship. So that converts to money as well.
Trixie, what is your final message to all our viewers right now in how they can uplift themselves during these times?
Oh, I love it. If there's an idea that pops out of your head, no? At hindi siya matanggal-tanggal, but you think it's weird to have that idea, okay lang yan. Give it a try. Because the moment there's an idea and you see a vision of that, it means God has placed that for a reason. During this pandemic, Janice, nakita ko ang daming mga taong hindi ko kilala before, tapos ngayon nakikilala natin because ginamit nila yung TikTok, which before akala ko parang ano ba yan, TikTok, parang wala namang kwenta, ano ba to. Pero nakita ko na okay, naging platform siya, hindi naman puro walang kwenta yung nandun. Actually, may kwenta na, diba? So parang, I'm sure yung mga taong gumagamit din nun, sa umpisa, hesitant sila. But then they were able to step up, make use of that, and then it started to evolve into something. Even, a platform for selling, a platform for getting themselves out there, and then brands start to collaborate with them. So what I'm saying is, if you have an idea and it's still there in your head, hindi siya nawawala, it's worth giving it a try. Because this is the perfect time for you to explore yung mga dating gusto mong gawin na parang hindi ka sure. Ngayon, lahat ng tao ganun yung ginagawa eh. Kasi nga, wala namang nakakaalam kung ano dapat gawin sa, ano ba yung steps para alam mo yun, para masugpo tong pandemic. Wala. Kanya-kanya tayo in terms of, okay, I'm surviving, I'm trying this, and this works for me, so okay. I don't know what works for you, so it's upon ourselves. It's our responsibility to find out what works for us. Mentally, physically, emotionally, kahit sa business natin, walang rule. Walang rule, maganda, parang malungkot na walang rule, pero maganda din na walang rule kasi you can freely decide and, see for yourself. Huwag ka mahiya, just go, give it a try.
Yan! Thank you very much, Trixie, for that beautiful message and your words of wisdom in terms of your experience as an entrepreneur. Wow! Talagang natuto naman ako doon and talagang saludo ako sa'yo because you're not only serving your clients, you're even reaching out. Ano ba pinakamalayo na napuntahan mo na? South Africa?
Saan?
Abroad?
Africa, oo.
Africa, no? So,
malayo na ba?
you're really reaching out to the world because especially now, no, it's an opportunity for entrepreneurs to really reach out to the world because online na lang no?
Borderless ka na. Yeah.
Borderless na. Hindi na kailangan mag-travel, hindi na kailangan na magka-jet lag, di ba? So, at an instant, you can already serve other people even outside of the Philippines.
Correct. That's why congratulations, Janice. No, I can't do, I cannot do what you're doing right now. You have so much energy. You have so much time dedicated for things like this, events like this. So I salute you and I thank you for coming up with meaningful summits and events.
Thank you as well. Syempre, you are my inspiration. And I look forward to more collaboration with you.
Oh, yeah.
So there you have it, friends. You have heard the amazing and wonderful sharing of my mentor, Trixie Esguerra, here at the Heroes Online Summit. Thank you very much and stay tuned for the next speaker.
The Heroes Online Summit is brought to you by Moozen Core Consulting, Inc., with our event partners, Ticketmelon and Gen Lee Events. We would like to thank the following sponsors:
Hello! Okay, guys, there you have it, friends. We have learned from Trixie Esguerra about having the proper health set. Diba? Natutunan natin how do we increase our energy and vibe during these trying times. Okay, have a good news for all of you who are watching right now. Trixie is giving away 3 positivity diamond pens to winners, and Trixie will be the one to pick the winner by posting in your key takeaways from her talk. Okay? So please put in your comments or your key takeaways from her talk, and so that Trixie will choose you as the winner of her prizes. Okay, so let's take time to read some comments here. So post in, taga saan kayo? Saan kayo nakikinig right now? Happy holiday! Okay, so we have... Okay. Sabi ni Jean or ni Edes, yan, yung trick. Yan, nag-note siya na trick. Talk to yourself. Yan, recite, no? So, madaling matandaan. Okay. And then, sabi ni Jean, Bugia, agree. Talking to yourself, the universe hears us. Tama. Okay. So please feel free to put in your comments, your key takeaways. I'm sure marami kayong natutunan from Trixie, and kahit isa doon ma-apply nyo, it will make a big difference. Okay? Sabi dito, comment si Des. Sabi niya, you should also share with us. How do you do all these things? Where do you get your energy, and when you get tired? Okay, do I even get tired? And how do you bounce back? Ang daming questions naman nito, Des. Baka gusto mo ng one-to-one. Okay, so precisely because I starting this year, I became more intentional in my purpose in life. And I believe when you become more intentional in what you do, you are able to surpass whatever fears you have, whatever worries you have, because clear sa mind mo kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari. And eventually, resources, the how will just follow. Okay? So, I encourage you sa susunod na vision board workshop na gagawin online ni Trixie, join kayo because I joined her workshop, I think, in May. And that also helped me be clear with what I want in life. Yun. So that's my tip for all of you. Okay? So thank you. Sabi ni Novelita, if you have an idea, that's from God. He puts it in your mind. Put it in action. Yes. Kaya I honor all of you here who are watching. How many are we here right now? We are 82 people who are watching us live. Thank you for spending time with us, because I believe your time is precious and it's a holiday. You could have spent it in other ways, okay? But you chose to be here with us so that you can learn from our speakers. Okay. Ang saya-saya. Okay. Wow, ang dami na nilang mga comments. Wow, we have Crevi from Butuan City. Wow, hi sa mga taga Butuan. Wonderful learning. Thanks for sharing. Congrats also for the achievements. Yes, thank you for watching. Okay, sabi ni Betsy Belmonte, do it afraid. Trust God. Yes, I do agree with that. Do it afraid. Madalas, tayo lang ang pumipigil sa ating mga sarili when we want to do something. Mas inuuna natin yung takot. But when we are able to surpass that fear, we'll be able to do what we want. Okay? Yes. Sabi ni Eva from QC North EDSA, love the vision board. Effective. Yes. Kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-vision board, I highly encourage you to do that. Okay? It's a fun way of visualizing your dreams and goals in life. Okay. So please put in your comments more. And we are, I think, we will pick, Trixie will be the one to pick our winner for this portion. Kung sino yung gusto niyang manalo, best key takeaway from her talk. Okay, feel free to comment in the section, comment here, and then like this post, share it to your friends, do a watch party so that we can reach more people in this live. And this, you can also watch this replay later on. We will not take this down so that you can review the lessons and share it to your friends. Also, I'd like to announce that we will be having our own Facebook group. It's called the Heroes Online Summit Community. This is where we will give you additional support in terms of business, how you will be coached and mentored by our speakers, our mentors. And then at the same time, this is where we will announce you our future summits. So this is not the last summit, okay? This is just the start. This is just the beginning. We have more programs in store for you. So I do hope that you join that Facebook group so that we can keep in touch. Okay? Thank you to our generous sponsors, and keep on coming yung mga comments nyo, and so that we can interact with you. And if you have questions, feel free to put in your questions as well. Okay? Now, let's continue our program with our third speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Our speaker for this morning is a founder and head coach of Winning Coaching. They empower clients through life coaching to unleash the best version of themselves. As a corporate trainer and consultant, he has catered to some of the top companies in the Philippines like Toyota, BPI, Nestle, Jollibee, Intel, Maynilad, Metrobank, Smart Communications, and retail giant SM, among others. He held positions in technical training and product development at Intel Philippines, Smart Communications, and the Foundation for IT Education and Development. He is a certified neuro-linguistic programming practitioner and conducts live coaching sessions for companies, public seminars, and individuals. He has helped thousands of clients overcome career dilemmas, life dilemmas, anxieties, depression, suicidal thoughts, trauma, phobia, bullying, abuse, toxic relationships, and perhaps you would agree the common problem of most of us, love life. He is the co-creator of the Skyrocket, the 60-day goal fulfillment program, where participants go for their professional and personal goals. He leads a fast-growing community called Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club, an electrical engineer from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. He is also an alumnus of the Asian Institute of Management and is now an executive life coach for AIM's Management Development Program and Master of Entrepreneurship Program. He is the author of That You Can Be Happy Again, Breakthrough Tips from a Life Coach, launched at the Manila International Book Fair. He serves as a pastoral ministry head at a feast, a Catholic community led by Brother Rose Sanchez. In his free time, he learns from global life coaches and mentors. Catch his latest online blog on Facebook called Quest Search for your best. He and his wife Reza Custodio Soriano lives in Taguig with their 5 rescued cats. Friends, let's all welcome Coach Edwin Soriano!
Thank you so much, Janice, for having me. And it's a pleasure to speak for your summit, the Heroes Summit. I'm looking forward to what we will create in this interview.
Yeah, before we start, I'd like to ask you, Coach Edwin, what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for gratitude. Just this morning, we had a guest speaker, Luigi Mapa, at our Rise Up the 5 a.m. club. I've been leading the Rise Up 5 a.m. club for 75 days. It's day 75 today. It was only today that one of our guests, Luigi, asked people appreciate me. So it was as if I got a deluge of gratitude, and I just really wanted to receive all that. I've been teaching gratitude to our members. That's changing me. That's what I'm learning, and that's what I'm grateful for.
Wow, indeed. I also believe in gratitude. That helps me keep positive and really focused in becoming productive. I have some questions for you for today, Coach Edwin, and to all our viewers, please stay tuned and really listen, because I've known Coach Edwin as somebody who has a genuine heart and could really share to us something that is very valuable. My first question for you is, can you give us a brief background journey as an entrepreneur and how you started the process you underwent to becoming a very successful person in this field?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Probably it started in high school. I needed to pay our laboratory for a piece of equipment that our group broke. So it was an expensive piece of equipment. I don't know, back then it must have been 15,000 pesos, something like that. And as a high school kid, it was going to be difficult raising that kind of money. And yet we did. Even before that piece of equipment broke, I started selling donuts. In the place that I lived, 200 meters away, there was a Dunkin' Donuts shop. And before I go to school, they were preparing the donuts. So I would buy donuts. I started with 1 box of donuts, brought it to school, and I left the donuts at the cafeteria table with a signage saying, okay, this donut is this much pesos, etc. And then it was an honesty system. I started with 1 box, and then 2 boxes, and then 5 boxes, and then time went by. I was hailing a cab so that I could put all those donuts inside the taxi. When I graduated 4th year, many of my batchmates said thank you to me, because even the days when they didn't have money, they stole from me. But they were so grateful to me. I knew that people were not everybody was being honest, because when I did the inventory at the end of the day, sometimes the money was short, and yet I knew that people wanted it, people needed it. I continued as much as I can. That was the start. And then probably the next phase in my entrepreneurship was blogging. I was earning some from blogging, Google Ads. That declined later on. And then around 2010, I was into running. So that's the time when I went into some kind of events company where we facilitated the registration of running events, of individuals going for running events. My girlfriend at that time, si Reza, pointed out to me, Edwin, there's no business model there. And it was a difficult message for me because I was so passionate about it. I was going into debt for that because I thought, put in some money because it will produce but the margins were too small. I was running it for around 3 years. I was enjoying it a whole lot because I was the business owner and I was secretly, this is something I haven't revealed in a forum like this. Secretly, I was also the mascot of the company. I would run in a mask, not the mask that we have for COVID now, but in a mask, like a superhero mask. people didn't know who I was. Most recently, since around 2012, the past 8 years, I've been running a training and life coaching company. So that's what I'm doing now. Everything was about service. Everything was about love. That's how I imagine it. Even back then, I was envisioning with my wife, even when it was still the events company. Oh, Reza, we got an order from a company, like 1,000 race kits. So we were envisioning things like those, but that one didn't happen. And now I'm envisioning memberships in our seminar, in our club, the Rise Up. Oh, Reza, what will it look like when we have 1,000 subscribers? And it's exciting. It's a process of growth.
Wow! From donuts to life coaching. Wow! Amazing!
Yep.
Diba?
It's fun. It was fun. It was a lot.
Everything starts small talaga in entrepreneurship.
Yes. Makasingit ako ng isa. During the pandemic, I learned from one of our friends because they were selling eggs, like fresh eggs. So yeah, during the pandemic, in our compound of around 8 buildings, we started selling eggs, and it's humbling, and yet it's exciting, and everything that we do, is part of our journey. I learned through that retailing business of selling eggs, fresh eggs. Nasiraan kami ng fresh eggs, and that's all part of the journey. It's all learning.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. So in terms of who is your hero that inspired you and influenced you to become an entrepreneur?
Maybe I would say it's really more of the mentors that I had around me. Number one, my NLP mentor, Karel Mangaliag and R.R. Herrera, they're running a multi-million business in training and life coaching. So they're one of my inspirations. Brother Bo Sanchez, our millionaire missionary, once upon a time didn't want to earn money because he thought that's how the Lord wanted him to live, and transitioned to becoming, because he realized he wanted to be a good provider for his family. So Brother Bo, just really giving so much, so generous with himself, with what he has learned in life. He is my model of generosity. Through the years, I've been hiring mentors. I've been a part of groups that would help me grow. Maybe one of them was T. Harv Eker, author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I've been involved in the seminars of T. Harv Eker, the Guerrilla Business Intensive. More recently, Rajiv Talreja. I was under his MBA program, and they taught us the techniques, the tactics, and then the mindset of being an entrepreneur, building your team and making it win-win-win. It's not just the customer who's winning. It's not just the business owner who's winning. Everybody in the team who's making things happen need to be winning. I need to make sure that my team is growing, prospering. I need to make sure that they are winning as well. So there's so much to learn about entrepreneurship, and it comes from experience and it comes from other people. So I think I mentioned too many of my heroes, but
yeah. Wow, thank you for sharing your heroes, because may mga experiences tayo like yung mga ibang tao. What happens is ginagaya lang nila sa parents nila, di ba? They're entrepreneurs, they have a family business, so they do it. But in your case, ikaw talaga nag-initiate ka talaga to find mentors who will guide you in terms of...
Yes, I needed to search for those. My father, I remember he did have a retailing business, but I remember his excitement about it. But yun, eventually, I remember my father asking us to buy from his store to test out his sales ladies. Ayun, but yun, and there are many more people that we can learn from.
So far, what is the best thing about being an entrepreneur?
I love the creativity that is involved in entrepreneurship. I love the experimentation. I'll give you an example. I started doing public seminars around 2015. The public seminars, I just really needed to experiment. One version and another, one title and another. We started with Be Happy Hungry. I started with just presenting in a demo. I started free seminar. I started charging 300 or 500 just so that there's some commitment. I tried it in a hotel. I tried it in AIM. All sorts, as in ang daming pinagdaanan, just learning and improving and all. And then the pandemic happened. So, okay, so now what? How do we do this? We have programs. We have the example, the Skyrocket, the 60-day goal fulfillment program. Before the pandemic, man, we were in a room and it was intense and people were inside the room and there's so much breakthrough happening inside the room, and it's so important for me as a facilitator to manage the energy of the room. And then the pandemic hit. Now what? Everybody's at their own homes. How do we do this? I feel that it was grace of God when we started one of our, and Janice knows about this, one of our programs 2 weeks before the lockdown. I have a very strong feeling that if we did not start our 60-day program before the pandemic, we might not have conducted it the way we did. But we did. So it started, our program started 60 days, and then without warning or without knowing that we will need to shift to virtual 2 weeks into the program, everything's virtual. So now we need to conduct the rest of the program virtually. And we did. We thrived, and it takes a team. It's not just me. Come up with something like this. It's just really discovering how to serve more people, discovering the creativity within us.
Parang yung pagiging resourceful, lumalabas din talaga eh.
Yes. Yep.
Yung adapting to the situation.
Can I share with you a quote? Just this one is so powerful. I'm reading this book called Tribe of Mentors. In fact, I'm part of a mentoring group, a mastermind called Tribe of Mentors, led by Christian Chu. Quote from the book Tribe of Mentors, it says, "Unreasonable men want the world to adjust to them. Reasonable men will adjust to the world." I want to be a reasonable man. And then the last part of the quote gives me an uppercut. The world is changed by unreasonable men. If we want to create change in the world, it needs to come from us. If we're settling and we're just adjusting to the situation of the world, entrepreneurship is not there. It's not for you. If you just love the status quo, entrepreneurship is not for you. Entrepreneurship is for people who want to create value, who want to change the world.
Yes, that's precisely the reason why we came up this idea of Heroes Online Summit.
Exactly.
Because I really believe that entrepreneurs are considered modern day heroes, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I absolutely agree. It's entrepreneurs who are changing the world these days.
Speaking of that, I'd like to know, what is your definition of being a hero, and how are you becoming a hero today in this time of pandemic?
Just earlier today, we were with one of my mentors in training. His name's Luigi Mapa, and he shared a new perspective. The hero that we imagine, that most people imagine, is about the action-oriented hero. Oh, he will do something for us. Yeah, ayan, so fast, so strong. Superheroes of our animated movies, or of the superhero movies. So during the pandemic, when the lockdown started, the day after, people realized, OMG, we don't have public transport. Therefore, our healthcare workers cannot go. It's going to be difficult for our healthcare workers to go to their hospital and go home. So one of the things that we did as a volunteer community, a group of volunteers, we started a group called Rock and Carpool. There are other groups that were doing similar. What we did was, you know what? Volunteers. We have healthcare workers. We refer to them as our heroes. We need to take care of our healthcare workers. And we chose one. There's so many ways to help our healthcare workers: PPEs, food, and we chose transportation. We had volunteers who would drive healthcare workers from their hospitals to their home, or from their home to the hospitals. What I loved about this group is we shared the heroism. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just my partner. It was hundreds of volunteer drivers signing up and saying, you know what? I want to help. I have a car. and I would love to drive our healthcare workers, give them one less thing to think about. Ibang, sige, ako, sagot ko, I'll take you to the hospital. And we had hundreds of volunteer drivers spending hours just driving, spending many kilometers, umabot ng 1,000, 2,000 kilometers for some of them over a span of 60 days. So they are action heroes. This morning, I became aware of the relational hero, especially during this time of pandemic where people have become disconnected physically, at least physically, from most people. Now is the time for relationships. It's not necessarily actions, okay, one-time action. Okay, I will do this for you, etc., etc. It's being there for people and the consistency of it and the holding the space for it. Like most people wouldn't refer to listening. Okay? Just listening to your child or listening to your parent or your spouse. That doesn't sound heroic, but it's that relational heroism that we need today when people want connection, when people are struggling with mental health, with mental wellness. I said mental illness. There's something to that, huh? Feeling as if you're in hell because you're not with angels. And people need that. And that's heroism. It doesn't look like heroism from the outside, from the old definition. But you know what? I feel that the Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club, nurtures that kind of relationship, nurtures that kind of consistency that people need. And that's what I'm receiving in terms of feedback. People love what we do on a daily basis, rising up at 5 a.m. I feel it's because people need connection.
That's true. I, for myself, na-experience ko rin yan, di ba, Coach Edwin, because we're holding a once a month webinar for people who want to fix yung mga relationship goals nila.
Relationships.
And from our experience ng husband ko, it's really, nag-yearn talaga ang tao to connect and to be listened to. Yan, di ba?
Right, yeah. Yep.
One of the reasons why I invited Coach Edwin was I want to focus on yung aspect of Heartset, our Heartset, because we are not only composed of our body, diba? We have our heart, we have our mind, we have our health, and as well as we have our soul. So in this way, I'd like to ask, what are the tips that you can give to our viewers when it comes to coping or pivoting or scaling up their business?
Let me start with this word. This is coming up strongly for me, especially during this pandemic. The word is responsibility. I went through that phase in the first 2 weeks of the pandemic where, OMG, what am I going to do here at home? I'm stuck here at home. I can't meet clients. I can't arrange for our events, our live events. Okay, 2 weeks. What am I going to do? And then, so one of the things that I did was Rocket Carpool. And the thing is, I am able to help people, empower volunteers. But hey, I need my income. It's really taking responsibility. 2 weeks into the lockdown, I was thinking, okay, I can't continue this way with my routine. Just totally, it was out the window. My work routine was out the window. I would wake up at 10 a.m. because I was working in the volunteer group until 2 a.m. So many people's routines were out the window, and I just really made that commitment and took responsibility for my own time, my own routine, for the value that I was giving out to the world. And during one of my meetings, it was a 6 a.m. meeting with my Skyrocket Mastermind. I made the decision. It was a weekly meeting back then. And I realized, you know what? I'm more productive during those days when I have a 6 a.m. meeting. because on the other days I'd wake up at 9 a.m. But today I was meeting with my group. It was a small group of 5 people with my fellow coaches and other Rocketeers who graduated from our program. I realized, hey, I like this. I like 6 a.m. I like 6 a.m. I like seeing the morning a bit calm. And then I made the right there during that mastermind. I made the decision. I'll take responsibility of my morning instead of. I want my waking hours to start in the morning. So instead of nagpupuyat ako, waking hours between 12 midnight until 2 a.m., I will transfer those waking hours and I will put it in the morning. And I made the decision that, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm going to start doing videos, because people needed value and content. Number one, take responsibility. First, take responsibility of yourself, take responsibility for your family, and then take responsibility to start being unreasonable about the world and take your share. There's so many things that we need to change in the world. Take one, get one, and tell yourself, this one, I'm going to change this piece of the world, and anybody else who wants to help change this piece of the world or wants to take part in changing this piece of the world, come, join me. Because I'm taking responsibility of this. Anybody else who wants to help, let's come together. It starts with one, I believe. And yet, even while we're starting with one, because to get to a million, you need to start with one. You need to start with two. And yet, even as you are starting, even as I started with our Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club, the idea of the 5 a.m. it was given to me on a Wednesday morning. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. From Wednesday to Monday, that was my window to set up the 5 a.m. club. And I didn't know if people would sign up. So I just started sending out messages on Facebook, inviting people to sign up for a 5 a.m. club. Who the heaven would sign up for a 5 a.m. club? But they did. That was my piece of the world that I wanted to change. They came. There were
I'm
around
one of the
19
crazy
people.
people.
And Janice is one of those crazy people who are up at 5 a.m. So yeah, whoa, 19 people. And day one, I wasn't thinking about it yet. Day two. But on day three, I was thinking, OMG, what sorcery is this? That there are 22 people maybe by that time. There are 22 people awake, journaling or sharing with one another at 5 a.m. And then when I started to acknowledge that, hey, this is something that people are looking for. When the group is still small, it's still small. I'm celebrating every time there are new members of the club. And yet I am envisioning, I'm casting that vision of the scalability. And that was one of the messages of my mentor. We need to have the mindset and the heart. Set up the business so that you are prepared emotionally to serve thousands. So that's right. Scalability. Sometimes it's coming from ego to not scale. So I'm talking about the Heartset here, scalability. In the past, I've observed myself making things difficult for myself to scale. I was doing the nitty-gritty. I wanted to do things on my own. I was being a perfectionist. I was shy or embarrassed of asking for help from people. At one time, I already had an employee, but I was shy about giving work to that person. Where was I coming from at that time? And it was coming from self-worth, lack of self-worth. Huh? Lack of self-worth? Why? I felt as if work needed to be difficult for me to deserve the rewards of work. You know, it's not as if I knew this 10 months ago. These are very recent realizations that are coming up because I'm part of growth groups, the tribe of mentors. It's the first time I articulated it, that OMG, that's why many of my entrepreneurial initiatives back then were failing, because I was getting in the way. I was making things difficult for myself because I thought that I needed to deserve the rewards. I needed to labor for the rewards. So here's another question that comes up in the tribe of mentors. What will this look like if it was easy? You can go ahead, if you're watching this recording, take note of this question. This comes from Tim Ferriss, Tribe of Mentors, and I will discuss this a bit more. Heartset of the entrance. So I brought this up during our mentoring session. Here's the explanation of why I was making things difficult for myself. It is normal for them to search for the hard way. Oh, it's difficult. Oh, it's tiring. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, people aren't helping me. For many people, that's their default. And yeah, time and energy is consumed by this kind of feeling that you have about yourself. But the question, what would it look like if it were easy? That question can break entrepreneurial barriers. Why are you doing it that way? What would it look like if it were easy? To the person listening to me right now, the way you are doing your business now, or the way you are envisioning your business now, does it really need to be door-to-door delivery? Does it really need to be same-day delivery? Can they order in advance? Does it really need to be personalized? Is there a different way of personalizing it? Does it really need to be physical? Can it be digital? We are creating systems or ways of doing our entrepreneurial venture in a certain way. Can you make it easier? Okay, so I brought this up in our mentoring session. And then one of our mentors, he's a multi-millionaire, net worth through the roof. People don't know him, but it's a pleasure to know him. And he distinguished this. He made it a little more, he gave a little more detail to this. Search for ways that are easy for you as an entrepreneur, but difficult for others. So don't search for ways that are easy for everybody to do, because that way everybody will do it. You need to search for the things that is easy for you, that comes so naturally for you, but for others it's so difficult. And as I was reflecting and listening to him, I was thinking, oh yeah, the thing that I'm doing in RUAC, in the Rise Up, the 5 a.m. club, I'm able to give value to people. The early part of Rise Up, the 5 a.m. club, I felt as if, here's another insight, I felt as if the content that I needed to give in my seminars, I felt as if I needed it to have a reference from Harvard Business Review, from a TED Talk of somebody, it needs to be science-based, etc., etc. And then I realized, here's the Heartset again. And then I realized, you know what? I'm taking for granted all the experience that I have, all the insights that I've gained through the thousands of clients that I've met, all the patterns that I'm creating in my mind, because I'm seeing things so many times from different clients. I was taking that for granted and thinking, no, that's not of value. I need to have Harvard Business Review. I need to have CNN. I need to be science-based. So I realized, you know what? If there's one question out there that I can answer from my heart, it doesn't need to be somewhere from out there. The answer is in me. And it doesn't need to be the only single right answer in the world. I don't need to force myself na it's the best answer that the whole world can provide. This is the best answer that I can provide to this person. So that made it easier for me. I don't need to do the research because I have an answer. It's not necessarily the answer for everybody else, but I have one answer to this question. That's how it became easy for me. Acknowledging that I have value to give to my members. Mind blown. I'll end this point with what, to make it very practical. Of course, that was coming from my experience, no? But to make it very practical, because when this came up in our discussion, one of our members in the mentoring group said, Guru mentor na lang. I'll just call him that. How do you find that thing that's easy for you and difficult for others? And he said that it comes by bringing together two industries seemingly unrelated. Seemingly unrelated. You, the person listening to this recording, you have such a unique mix. Are you an artist who is a nurse? Are you a financial advisor who is a mother of 10 kids? Are you an orphan who loves baking? That's such a unique thing. If you can find two, even three, if three would be even better. If you find two or three things that are unique about yourself, you can own a niche. You can have a USP, unique selling proposition. I'll give you an example. So many people are into construction. There are so many companies into that. But this businessman was also into diving. Diving. So can they bring these two industries together? Underwater construction. Who the heaven would be in underwater construction, right? I'll share something funny. My wife says, "Oh, what's the ulam?" Okay, and then she makes a guess. Is that scallops? And I said, "Yes, it's scallops." What kind of scallops? Meat-based scallops. Sabi ko sa kanya. Meat-based scallops. You know that there's vegetarian barbecue? Oh. Vegetarian barbecue, man. Who can come up with that? It's the intersection. That's where the creativity of entrepreneurship comes in. What comes naturally for you? What can you be creative with that other people will find difficult? That's what you're looking for as an entrepreneur. It comes from your heart of creativity, your heart to search for a small piece of the world to serve. I will end with something I learned from Godin. And he said, when you're writing a book, don't write for millions. Write for one person. Serve that person. And inevitably, as you're serving this person, inevitably, there are other people like this person who will also be served by how you serve this person. Search for that people need in the world. And I thank you.
Wow! So powerful yung mga sharing sa atin ni Coach Edwin. Wow, the three things, the three Heartset of an entrepreneur: responsibility, scalability, and easy. Okay.
Try that out. I hope that's been
something new today. Wow.
Where did this come from? That's not in Harvard Business Review. That's not in Entrepreneur Magazine. That's coming from my heart to yours. Yes. Thank you so much, Janice, for this opportunity.
Okay, before we end this, Coach, I'd like to ask your final message to our viewers so that they can uplift themselves during these trying times.
Choose one. Get one. Is that one push-up per day? Is that ligpit of your room? Okay? Choose one action, do it, and then grow from there. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't change the world from your couch. Maybe you will. Maybe there's a creative person out there who will change the world from his couch. But you need to take action. And the way for you to take action is when something changes up here and in here. And then the action flows. It's a decision that takes a heartbeat. what's one thing that you want to change in your world that will result in one thing that you want to change outside in your world? That's where it starts. Then keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. People need you.
Hey, webinar wave!
Thank you so much, Janice, for the opportunity.
I really learned something from you today, Coach Edwin. Every day is a learning. Okay, so please take this opportunity to invite all our viewers to your program.
This is something that I started doing 75 days ago. Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. We come in at 4:55 actually. We do exercise, we do prayer and meditation, and then we do learning. So that's what an entrepreneur needs to do. I was talking to a guy who's running an MLM, multi-level marketing business. He has 900 people, close to 1,000 people, and yet he knows that he needs to grow. For his organization to grow, he knows that he needs to grow himself. That's what you need to do. And in Rise Up, we're learning together, we're discovering things together, we learn from guest speakers, we learn from each other in the club. That's what we do in Rise Up. I'd love to welcome many of the participants of the Hero Summit to Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club. If you want to join us, AM webinar, that's the way to discover more about the 5 a.m. Club. Join us this Saturday. Join us this Saturday at the 6 a.m. webinar, bit.ly/6 a.m. webinar. Register there, and then we will show you more habits, okay? Being very specific, the morning habits of billionaires and world leaders. That's what we present at the 6 a.m. webinar. I'm so excited to meet you at the 6 a.m. webinar. That is your door to joining us at the 5 a.m. Club. I look forward to seeing heroes in the 6 a.m. webinar. Thanks so much, Janice.
Yay! Wow! I am also excited to meet them because I'll be there.
Yes. Yes, Janice has been such a strong supporter of the Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. Seemingly, she's benefiting a whole lot from the 5 a.m. Club. And in fact, that's what I'm learning also in this entrepreneurial journey. Share the responsibility with other people. Janice, together with Mitch, Filipina in Australia, is now part of the 5 a.m. Club. They are running the Bible study section of the 5 a.m. Club. An additional 20 minutes where people come together and study the Bible. So thank you so much, Janice, for being part of the 5 a.m. Club.
And Coach Edwin, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you because of that Rise Up 5 a.m. Club. I'm able to think early in the morning this Heroes Online Summit.
Yay! Fruits of the 5 a.m. Club. Thank you so much. I love it. So much more. The 5 a.m. Club is producing results, and this is one of them. So thank you. Thank you, Janice.
You are such a blessing to me and to a lot of people. Dear viewers, I hope you learned a lot from our guest speaker this morning, and stay tuned for the next set of speakers. Good morning.
Hello, everyone. How was that interview with Coach Edwin? Did you learn a lot from that? Okay, I'd like to know. So we will be reading some of the comments here. Okay, so Coach Edwin shared to us the right Heartset. So maraming learnings tayo napulot doon. Post in the comment section your key takeaways, your insights, or you have questions, and we will read them live. Okay. So habang nagpo-post kayo ng inyong mga comments, I am happy to announce that Coach Edwin is giving away 1 month free membership to the Rise Up 5 a.m. Club. That's valued at 1,400, and 2 membership at 50% discount, which is 700 each. Only this is your last chance, okay, for this rate. Okay? Tomorrow kasi, September 1, yan. it will increase na to 1,600. So we encourage you to grab this opportunity to join the Rise Up 5 a.m. club by putting in your comments, your key takeaways, your insights. Yan. And then the team of Coach Edwin will be the one to pick the winner, the lucky winners. Okay. Thank you for our generous sponsors. And I encourage you to continue on commenting. So let's read some comments here. Okay. So, yan. Sabi ni Rosalie De Silva, thank you, Coach Edwin. I will write a book to one person. Okay, ganda. Okay, sabi naman ni Nathan, what would it look like if it were easy? A question not only for business but also for life. True. Sabi ni Remedios, hi Tita Remy, take action. I agree. Thanks. Okay. Sabi ni Nesty, thank you, Coach Edwin. I learned so much today. Yan. Yung mga nagko-comment na yan yung mga fellow risers namin. Talaga naman nag-support sila sa akin at saka kay Coach Edwin. Thank you very much. Okay, maraming salamat again to Moozen Core Consulting for hosting this event, as well as to our event partners, Jenny Events and Ticket Melon. Okay, sabi ni Net. Okay, thank you, Coach Edwin. I will attend this Saturday. You are a blessing. Yes, the 6 a.m. webinar is free. So I encourage you all here, mga heroes, to visit and be there at the 6 a.m. webinar so that you will learn more about the morning habits of billionaires. Yan, sabi ni Beck, action are changes from coordination of mind and heart which changes the world. Yes. Sabi ni Hazel, thanks Coach Edwin for this. Do something easy for you but hard for others. Yan. Realization ko rin yan. Diba? You should be able to tap on your unique talent. No? So yung something na you can do easily but others are finding it hard to do. Okay, so please, I encourage you to continue on posting on your comments, your insights, your key takeaways. We want to learn from each other here because I believe we are all heroes. So, hindi lang yung mga speakers natin or I myself are the ones who will be giving some learnings. We want to learn from you as well. Baka may mga brilliant ideas kayo na you want to share to other participants, so please do it. Okay. So I believe that we are ready. Thank you. And now let's continue our program with our fourth speaker.
Our special guest is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and a Philippine registered nurse. Her first job was in Roche, Philippines, where she landed a sales and marketing position. In the U.S., she took and passed the U.S. nursing licensure examination and landed a job at the Millard Fillmore Hospital in Buffalo, New York as head nurse. After 5 years, she decided to go back to the Philippines to settle down. In 1998, she established a trucking company, Uvero Movers Inc., to cater to her husband's brokerage company. Although the stint was a bit short, only after 2 years, she decided to sell out the business and became a full-time housewife. However, her enterprising spirit and creative passion has always been calling her. Thus, in 2009, she went into franchising business and established Grupo Uvero Inc. With her at the helm as chairman and CEO of GUI, and her hard work and perseverance, the franchise branch performed very well and was able to help out in finishing their home project. Now, Grupo Uvero Inc. as a company has 3 Lay-Bear Salon franchise branches and 10 Nail It Salon branches, 3 Kitchen Nails branches, and one restaurant, Agape Pastries and Tarties. Another franchise business, Kurimi Milk Tea Bar and Panat Pao Bakery. Our guest is currently an active member of AFFI, or Association of Filipino Franchisers Inc. She was chosen to be part of the 55 Inspiring Stories of Women Entrepreneurs of Go Negosyo Special Edition book. She is a Go Negosyo mentor and has a regular online show, Smart Superwoman, with two Superwoman, Miss Mylene Abueva, owner of Pelta Multimedia Corporation, and Miss Rosana Leonardo, owner of Ahead Tutorial. Friends, I am privileged to welcome our special guest speaker at the Heroes Online Summit, Miss Jean Uvero.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Jean.
Hi, Janice. Thank you so much for having me. I know this is your first online summit, and congratulations.
Miss Jean, for my first question, what are you grateful for today?
Well, I'm grateful for being here right now and being part of the summit. I am grateful for giving the chance. I was given a chance to reopen my shop. I'm grateful for everything that's going on. I am healthy. My family's healthy. And I'm here right now sharing my journey with everyone.
I was able to get your profile, and it looks very interesting because I learned that you are a nurse. And then suddenly you're an entrepreneur. So I'd like to know, what was your background? How did you start being an entrepreneur? And what was your journey like? Can you share it to us?
Everything was, I can say, accidental. And I can say that I started my entrepreneurial spirit, I think, when I was very young, at a very young age, 9 years old.
9 years old.
I remember back then, at my time, during my time, as kids, as girls, normally, girls would spend playing jackstone, taguan base, di ba? Yan yung mga old
Mga street games.
That's how we do it before during my time. Na nasa labas kami, we would play yung mga Chinese garter and all that. But at that age, I remember vividly, me and a few friends of mine, we would go to our neighbor and ask for the makopa, yung fruits. And we would collect them, kasi kami, I know we were 3 at that time. And ang gusto lang namin mangyari is to have money to buy our favorite ice cream. So ang game namin is we would go to our neighbor, ask them politely if we can have the makopa. We would gather it in one basket and we would sell it. And whatever cash we get from selling, we receive from selling, we buy, alam ko, drumstick yun. So we would share kung ano yung profit namin equally.
Oh.
And then we would buy our favorite ice cream. And not only that, we would make stationaries. And then we would sell it. Tapos we would keep it. And then at the end of the week, we would divide it among the 3 of us. So yun yung parang form of playing namin. You know, I have my eldest who does the same thing. No, whatever she has, like yung mga old clothes niya, she would sell it also. Now she's part of the business, and I can say that when you see your child doing that, and diba, parang they have the potential to be an entrepreneur. If you ask me, the way that I started my business talaga formally is when I went into franchising. Talaga, it was a very long journey. From 9 years old, high school, I remember I would sell and then keep the money, buy whatever I want. And then during college, it was the same thing. I would go to, matigas kasi yung ulo ko, I would go to Pampanga. And the owner of McKenny, I told him that I would go to Pampanga and buy McKenny stuff, yung mga chickens and stuff. And I would sell it. Oh, that was during college. So talagang andun na yung interest ko, yung selling. And then when I went to the States and I became a nurse, in my floor, we were asked, talagang that was our objective, to make sure that our floor is earning. I'm the head nurse, so we have to check on our inventory. We have to check on everything. So I was actually practicing.
Already,
Finally came back to the Philippines and got married and settled down. Hindi pa rin ako nahinto doon. So I started having my little own activity, especially during Christmas. And I would go and join the bazaar and sell. So that's where I really, started selling. And then from there, from small bazaar kiosk, I started having several until the organizer would approach me and say, "Ay, Jean, would you want to organize?" Parang gano'n, no? Parang lagi na lang may gano'n, may opportunity. And then, it was not a smooth ride, Kasi doon sa journey kong yon, I had my own fair share of failures. So devastating for me kasi I was so trusting. So when I was doing very well with my bazaar, I was selling RTW. There was this supplier na I bought parang a sack of all pants parang nung araw na you have to buy a sack. I'll show you one pair and then you take the risk, you pay for it, and then sa'yo na lahat, no? At first, okay pa siya. Lahat ng pants, okay naman siya eh. Maganda naman yung style, then all consistent, no? But the second one, when I bought that one, second sack, the first one was okay, but the rest was no good. So I couldn't sell it. So napaso ako doon, no? So ang sinasabi ko yung journey ko, I learned through failures. I had several disappointments. I lost money, especially this pandemic. This is very, 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 for me, the worst. I'm pretty sure not only me, but the entire world is experiencing what I am experiencing right now. Di ba? Tayong lahat. Going back, when I came back finally, diba, and then I went into the bazaar, and then finally I took a rest lang a few months, and then suddenly I saw this parang franchising. It was a waxing salon in Ibardolasa, and I went there and had my waxing done, and sabi ko, naku, this is a good concept. So, I came back home. I tried to do it. Napaso-paso yung kamay ko. So, finally, ayoko na. I can't do it. Magpa-franchise na lang ako. So, at that time, we had a loan sa bank for a housing loan. And then I asked my husband, can I borrow a portion of our loan to franchise this waxing salon? Sabi ng husband ko naman sa akin, what if the franchise did not work? So, paano yung house natin? Paano bahay natin? Sabi ko naman, no, it's going to work. I know it's going to work. I prayed for it. And ako kasi, I'm very prayerful. Whatever I do, yung mga plans ko, I always pray for it first. So sabi ko, Lord, please give me a good location. And finally, I got a very good location in Katipunan. And the franchisor agreed, no? Para sabi niya, okay, you can have that space. That's the start of my formal being a businesswoman. And I said, okay, now that I have labor, for every business that I put up, there should be a story or a cost. So sabi ko, I will take care of my waxers and make sure that, I take care of their children. If I have enough money, I could sponsor them. Schooling nila, especially yung college, when they reach college. Fortunately naman, the business was doing very well kasi I was so hands-on. And maybe because of the cause, yung bang the reason why the reason why that I put up the business is because I wanted to help. Because if I may share, at the age of 18, my father died early. He was old at that time kasi we were second family. So I'm 17, turning 18. And Mason, ano kasi siya, he is a part of the Masonry. The brothers from Mason approached my family, me and my mom, and sabi nila na if there is one person that we will support, it's you, Jean. We want you to finish college because we know that you will take care of your family. But I did not ask for that. I really did not ask for that. These are strangers because they're friends. They're not really friends of my dad, but they are part of that masonry. Yung buong college life ko, yung college ko, I'm a college scholar. The reason why they want to support me so I can support my family. So that's the reason why I am here right now. It's because of them. Diba? So that's the story.
That's very inspiring, Miss Jean. Yes. So, yun pala yung backstory kung bakit you're doing that cause as well. Because you were a beneficiary of someone who is good to share their blessings, no? So, without them, hindi ka rin makapagtapos, and then at the same time, hindi ka rin siguro mapupunta sa business, di ba? In a way.
Yeah, parang looking back, no? Sabi ko, if not for them, probably nasaan na kaya ako ngayon, and my sister, kasi my sister is now in the States, is a teacher. I helped her, pinulungan ko siya makatapos ng pag-aaral because that was my mission. Kasi yun yung binigay sa akin na blessing, no? Without even asking.
Yes.
So sabi ko parang, it's my turn now.
Natawag na pay it forward.
Yes, and not only that. Yung itong negosyong ito, hindi lang sinasabi ko sa mga niece and my nephews kasi we were able to, kami mag-asawa, we have around 15 scholars. From the start of our business hanggang sa ngayon, halos 15 na yung scholars namin. And I always tell them na, sabi ko nga sa kanila, no, you don't have to say thank you, but I want you to continue the chain of goodness. Whatever blessings that you have received, you just have to make sure that you do the same thing. Sabi ko, para hindi mag-stop yung chain of goodness. Diba? Parang it's a blessing that you never expected. Diba?
Yeah.
So yun ang sinasabi ko sa kanilang lahat. Alam mo, blessing yan sa'yo because you have a mission. You have a higher mission. Diba? Kasi parang ako parang looking back, sabi ko, why am I doing all this? Because I have experienced it firsthand.
Yes.
Diba? Yung change. So, with the businesses that I have now, my mission really is to inspire them. And that's the power of being an entrepreneur. You have the ability to influence, an ability to change one person. Not only one, but several. Diba?
And that's a true mark of an entrepreneur because you're not really expecting that they will return back the favor, return back the kindness that you have shown to them. No? So, in BLISS pa nga, you are encouraging them to pay it forward as well. Para nga naman tuloy-tuloy yung goodness. That's inspiring. So, Miss Jean, who would you say is your hero na nag-inspire sa'yo into becoming an entrepreneur?
It's those uncles who helped me. I call them uncles. Because I remember back then, they were all entrepreneurs. They have the capacity to help. And I think that's part of their mission also. When I see how they did it, sabi ko, parang I wanted to be just like them, diba? To be able to help. And also, of course, my dad has always been he always gives time to tell me stories about how he was able to survive and the values that you have to be good to people, you have to do it right. Yeah, of course, it's my dad. I always, he's been dead for almost 30 something, 30 years, and I still remember yung mga good deeds and values that he has shared.
Nice. What do you consider as the best thing about being an entrepreneur?
Well, I think being an entrepreneur, it's limitless. The learning is limitless, the discovery is limitless, and you have the freedom to inspire people around you. You get to inspire yourself as well. Throughout the journey, you learn so much. You get to change the lives of a lot of people. You get to experience the ups and downs. You get to maximize your full potential as a human being. And I think as at the start of the business, of course, all you think about is profit. Of course, the reason why you go into business is to make sure that you earn, make sure that you have that ROI back. But as you go along and as you submerge yourself in the business and knowing the people around you, you become more human. Parang nawala na yung ego, nawala na yung pride, nawala na lahat. Kasi as an entrepreneur, you have to do everything at the start. So, kargador ka, driver ka, diba, sales lady ka. And I've done all that hindi ka pwede magmalaki kahit nga yung husband ko he's a lawyer, pero sabi niya sa akin, in my life, nagkarga ba naman ako ng asawa ko? Nagkarga ba siya? Of course. Yung nag-start pa lang yung business. I can say it's a blessing to be an entrepreneur. It's really up to you how you curve how you make your own life. Of course, the exposure that you get, you become wiser, and the people that you get to meet, diba? It's endless. So for me, it's a blessing to be an entrepreneur. You just have to take care of it kasi it can destroy you also.
Parang yung na-pick up ko sa'yo, Miss Janice, first level is to earn. Yun talaga yung initial talaga why people go into business. And then eventually you will learn, 'di ba? Kasi maraming trial and error yan hindi kagad ka magiging successful. So you go into different kinds of businesses, trial and error. And then eventually you step up further, yearning naman to help others.
Become a leader. Once you become a leader, nag-iiba na yung, nag-shift na siya. When you become a leader, you have to, people look up to you. It changes you. The business will change you as a person. It could be the worst or even the best. Diba?
Yes.
So that's why you have to make sure that you practice, mind setting, and you also take care of yourself, your heart. You take care of who you are as a person. Because diba, they say that money can change you overnight.
Yeah.
So you really have, the values has to be there.
Yes. I think the best talaga is the values, no? So kung very strong talaga yung values mo, yung core values mo, no? Yung money cannot change you In fact, it will be just an instrument for you to really magnify your values. So kung ikaw talagang tao ka is very generous ka, once that you have that money, mas magiging generous ka palalo, di ba?
And totoo yan Kasi sabi ko nga na, okay, yung why ko, why am I doing this? Diba? It's always naman there's always a why. Why am I doing this? Because I want to help more people. And I want them to feel what I felt before. Diba? The chance to be someone better. Diba? Na you never expected. You really never expected. It was a blessing. And my life, I can say, not to be too dramatic, because I've been very prayerful ever since I was a kid. For me, yun lang hinohold ko talaga So, it helps. Alam ko na na I always feel him and I always feel Mama Mary at my side. So ang dami-daming nangyari sa buhay ko. The business is just a portion of the entire journey. I was also given a chance to also part of my journey was there was a time that I had to leave my business. I had to leave and go to the States because I had a mission of giving part of me sa daughter ko because my daughter had an end-stage renal failure. So I had to donate a part of me. But I was praying for that, praying and it was yung time na yon, parang I felt na I could give up everything. Na akala ko, I was so glued sa business ko. Diba na parang, naku, masyadong grabe yung time ko with the business. But I always make time naman for my family. Parang aware naman ako dyan. But when that time na I had to leave, na-realize ko na, okay, kaya ko pala iwanan yung negosyo. Kaya kong iwanan siya. Dahil I had to be with my daughter. The universe or God was so good to me. Diba? It was all planned. Parang walang nangyari. My sister-in-law took over and everything went well. So dun sa part na yun ng journey ko, kaya ko pala iwanan din yung negosyo. Na hindi ako sobrang nag-glued siya na masyado akong
kang na-attach sa business na you can't let go.
Attachment. Kasi attachment can be also negative if it's too much.
Yeah.
Diba? Sabi nga nila, it's a perfect balance dapat. And when, as an entrepreneur, at lalo na babae ka, and you feel the power already, diba? Sometimes it's so hard to detach from that power. Diba?
Mm-mm.
And you get so attached to it kasi ang power and money can change you nga eh. Diba? But at that time, na-realize ko na I'm not that attached. And I thank God for it. Imagine mo na you are in total control and you ask your sister-in-law to take over. I let go. Nilet go ko lahat yon. And she took over. And I respected her. Pero mahirap yun sa isang na sobrang you're in control of everything and all of a sudden na you have to let go. Diba? That's one virtue Diba?
Yes.
Na you're not supposed to be too attached to material things.
Thank you for pointing that out kasi most of the Filipino entrepreneurs are really hands-on sa kanilang business. To the point na, di ba, hindi maiwan-iwan, walang holiday, tapos hindi makapagbakasyon, kasi nga, sobrang totok, and minsan, nakakalimutan na yung ibang aspeto ng buhay, like time for family, or even time for leisure, or minsan yung health din nila napapabayaan na because very tutok nga sa business. So thank you for sharing that because this is a reminder for all of us na entrepreneurs na really, you have to know your priorities, know your values, and yun nga, yung maganda yung pinoint out nyo po yung faith din kay Lord. Kasi without that, hindi mo rin kakayanin kung ikaw lang mag-isa, di ba? So, my next question, Miss Jean, is what's your definition of hero? And how are you becoming a hero at this time that we are in, we have pandemic?
A hero is someone who has the purest heart to help without asking anything in return. You just want what is best for others, diba? You have a mission, diba? Sometimes heroes, they go out of their way, diba? They go out of their way and they make a difference. But each and every one of us are heroes, diba? My mom is a hero. We are all heroes because we want to protect our family, especially now with the pandemic. You are grateful, and you're compassionate, you're out there to help. That's what we need right now, especially now in the pandemic. We need to field our employees, Diba? May sympathy tayo, may empathy tayo. And that's the only way to solve this problem. For us to get together, diba? And be heroes. So for me is, if you are selfless, and you're helping without asking anything in return, that is hero for me.
Sobrang perfect talaga tong topic na to for you, Miss Jean. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Soulset of an entrepreneur, and Miss Jean is an example or an epitome of this one. Right? I am learning so far from her, and I hope you are learning as well. Okay, Miss Jean, what are the tips that you can give to our viewers when it comes to coping, pivoting, scale up their business? Because, syempre, no, I want to hear your story. Alam ko rin yung story mo, but please do share your story to our viewers on how you were able to manage your businesses during this time.
Your body has to connect with your soul, right? So when you go into something, first you have to know yourself, what you want, what you really want. And being an entrepreneur, they said you end up having your own mission. You have to be passionate in what you do, okay? And you have to make sure that your soul is fulfilled and happy. So how can you do this? When you help others and you have a purpose that makes your soul happy. And you have to find yourself. Mahirap yun eh. Masyado malalim yun, di ba? To be honest, I'm still searching, no? Wala pa ako dun sa sinasabi kong, I really know myself. Because I'm still learning. As they say, learning's endless.
Yes.
To fulfill your soul and to fulfill you as a person, you have to get out of your comfort zone and explore and see your full potential as a person. And next is being grateful for what you have and to spread love. Money is not all it's not everything, but if you see someone that you went out of your way and helped that person, and you see the difference na iba na siya ngayon. During the pandemic, I had to go to one of the banks here in Tandansor. And when I went in to pay for my bills, there's this lady, because she looks so familiar. Parang I saw her when she was around 15 years old sa place ko, sa house ko. So I saw the nameplate and sabi ko, I think I really know this lady. So I went and called my waxer. Okay. And then, sabi ng waxer ko na, ma'am, that's my daughter. Ay, siya ba yung scholar ko? Nasa BDO na siya ngayon. So, alam mo, my heart was so full and my soul was so satisfied because I was able to do something na no amount of money hindi mo pwedeng mapalitan.
It's priceless.
Priceless, yes.
Exactly. Priceless.
Meaning when you feed your soul by doing something good, yun na yun eh. That feeds you eh. Not your ego, but your soul. And it gives you the purpose why you're here and your existence in this world. And that's how I tell my daughter, sabi ko, you know what? You don't live sarili mo lang. You live for others. And that's the only time that you will feel self-fulfillment. And that's how you connect with your soul. Diba? The mission, the passion of changing one's lives. Hindi naman kailangan na maging award-winning ka eh. Diba? You don't need those titles. Try to serve and try to do something that will make someone happy.
Yeah.
Diba?
You mentioned about that, Miss Jean. Can you share to our viewers yung ginawa niyo po sa business niyo? Nail salon was down, diba? At that time ng height of the lockdown. So ano po yung naging business niyo para mag-thrive pa rin po kayo?
Currently, I have this bakery, yung bakery ko. It's situated along within the community. At the time of the lockdown, it was a commissary. Kasi I have a restaurant in SM Mega Mall. So we deliver breads in SM. So nung time ng lockdown, lahat sarado, no? And sabi ko, I wanted to do something. No? Sabi ko, I want to continue the bread making. But what can ano ba ang direction natin dito? Then a friend of mine called me. Sabi niya, you know what? I have several syrups. Maybe you want to get them. And another friend of mine said na meron siyang mga flour. So what I did was I started producing breads, pandesal, to serve the frontliners.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the objective, to be able to serve the community and to serve the frontliners. So it started with that. And then, napansin na ng community. So they were asking me, baka naman you can start selling. So I started from that eh. Tapos now, I have 2 branches of Panat Pao. And it's thriving, it's doing well. So hindi naman siya yung parang malaking-malaki naman yung sales, but it's okay na. No, now I have 2 branches, and another branch we will set up in Don Antonio, and then I have people calling to be resellers. So I never expected this, but yun nga, Janice, nagsimula to sa isang magandang proyekto eh. 'Di ba? Yung kumbaga, when you plant a seed, perfect timing. It has a good, may maganda yung soil niya and the fertilizer. So, masasabi ko na perfect timing din to. Kasi it was planted correctly. Kumbaga, yung pinaka-objective niya was really to support the frontliners and to support the community. We were giving out thousands of pandesal to different communities. So now, I'm happy naman kasi it's doing very well. So nag-pivot ako. So, ang nangyari, I saw the opportunity. At the same time, I had to make sure na continuous yung hindi mawawalan ng trabaho yung mga staff ko Agape.
So thank you po, Miss Gina, for sharing that. Yeah, it's very inspiring story, and because you're really, wow, I'm so amazed. Similar to what I also did, Miss Jean, no, this year, that I interviewed mothers, and that was my way of helping people, to inspire them, uplift people, because syempre marami nade-depress, nagkakaroon ng mga anxiety attacks. And so I initiated this online interviews with mothers in celebration for Mother's Day no May. Yun, ang ganda ng result because maganda yung feedback ng mga tao, and I was able to help. And then lo and behold, we were able to come up with a book for them, no? So it's something na I didn't realize na pwede pala, possible pala mangyari. It just started with the desire to help.
Help. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Eh. If your intentions are all good, it will just radiate. May ripple effect.
Yes.
Oh, nakakatuwa. That's the reason why, I would really listen to you. Eh. And sabi ko nga, she's so inspiring.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Jean. Ako rin po, na-inspire po ako sa inyo. Kasi from the time that I first listened to your story, I think way back in 2017 ata yun eh, when you guested in one of the organization that I was part of, yung new. I was already inspired by your story. And so, siguro law of attraction na yung nangyari, na na-attract kita, and then at the same time, we did this collaboration to help more people, especially mga entrepreneurs. Kasi we all know that talagang mga entrepreneurs are modern day heroes, and we are the ones who will help people talaga magkaroon ng income in the long run, 'di ba? We will not be dependent on employment, 'di ba? Imbes tayo pa yung nagpo-provide ng employment sa mga tao.
Exactly. Ano nga we boost the economy. We give jobs, Not only that, we teach them how to live their lives. So iba. Well, hindi naman natin nilalahat yan. May iba rin naman na talagang pera-pera lang. May iba naman talaga na iba rin naman ang mission nila. Pero at the end of the day, ang sabi ko nga, if you are in touch with your soul, your mind, your heart, and your soul, this is what's gonna happen talaga. You will have a purpose. 'Di ba? Kasi ano pang nabubuhay ka na wala ka namang purpose, 'di ba?
Yes.
Harap na wala ka namang intensyon na maging sikat eh. Wala ka namang intensyon na malagay ka sa pedestal o magkaroon ka ng awards. Ako personally, hindi importante sa akin yun eh. Ang importante sa akin na nakikita ko na they have a big smile in their face and they would say, "Hey, ma'am, salamat, thank you so much. Alam mo, nakatapos na ako ng anak." Ano mo yun? Tapos, I would tell them, alam mo, hindi ako yan, si Lord yan. Instrument lang ako, hindi ako yan. Kasi, alam mo, I always pray, no? Every night na sabi ko, Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity and the opportunity to be able to help others. It's not about you, eh. It's all Him. And it should be us. If you start saying, I, me, yan na yung problem.
Yes. Wow. Pinipilig ako. So, to all our viewers, I hope you're picking up something from this discussion, this interview, and you're taking notes sana, no? And hopefully you put it into action, whatever learnings that you will get from this interview. Okay, Miss Jean, any final message sa mga viewers natin ngayon so that they can be uplifted and so that they can be inspired as well?
With the global pandemic and everything is so uncertain, we really have to say to ourselves that, you know, we have to stay focused. We have to have that faith. We have to reassess ourselves, no? Be realistic of what is going on. It's really uncertain. We really don't know. But, you know, if we continue to pray, ask God to guide us, somehow, no, it will give us a sense of peace. No? Sabi nga nila eh, being grateful of what you have right now, being alive and healthy, and being in this position is enough. Diba? It's enough to thank God. Oh Lord, thank you. I feel very strongly that we will pass this. We just have to shift what is our priority in life. You know, the priority is to survive and to stay alive and to touch people's lives. No, this is the time that we have to work together. There will be a time that we will make a decision, no? It's either we go on or we close. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, no? Sometimes we have to make choices. Now, this is it for me. But it doesn't make you a loser. Diba?
Yeah.
It's just because you can't do it anymore. Okay? Kasi you have to reassess. What do I have right now? Am I financially stable? If I go on with this, will I be able to survive? We have to be realistic. We have the faith. We stay focused. But then again, we have to really check our numbers. And if you close, wala namang masama doon eh. You have to shift. It's okay. But do it with integrity and be a leader. This is the time that we all have to step up and be a leader. And to be a leader, you have to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others and be connected to your soul. And that's the only way to survive this. Janice, thank you so much.
Wow! That is truly heartwarming from Miss Jean Uvero. Ladies and gentlemen, talagang I'm out of words for the messages that we have heard this time. Please do, Miss Jean, I invite you to share to us invitation to your businesses so that we can bless more people.
Thank you so much, Janice, for having me. Truly, it is a blessing. I feel that God is with us. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to invite everyone. Soon, Nail It Salon. I have several branches all over Metro Manila. You can check me out check the brand on Facebook. We have Twitter. Are ready for everyone to be totally safe, okay? To give you the best service and to make sure that you are safe and our staff is safe. So we have our protocols in place. So please do visit us. I have another brand, Kitchen Nails in Trinoma. And also I have a bakery. It's called Pan at Pao. So we serve local breads and French breads. So you can all check my brands online. And just to remind you, for every service that you avail, you support my staff and their families. I would like to thank everyone, especially you, Janice, for inviting me. And I wish you the best. And God bless you.
Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Wow, there you have it, friends. We have heard the very inspiring, heartwarming story of Miss Jean Uvero about having the proper soul set. Would you agree? Yes. Okay. So this is something we can use in our own businesses. So Miss Jean has a good news for us. She is giving away 5 winners for Nail It Be in Bliss package. So that includes manicure, pedicure, pampering your feet. Yan. So the branches that are open are Fisher Mall, SNR Shaw, and Festival Mall. So later on, we will announce the winner in the Facebook page of Moozen Core. So please feel free to put in your comments, your insights, your key takeaways so that we can, actually, Miss Jean will be the one to pick the winners for this one. Okay? So also, I'd like to promote, this is an opportunity for me to promote. Of course, I have this book. This is Couple Power. Okay, written by me and my husband. We published this last year, and we are giving this away to the lucky winner for those who commented in our live. Also, I have this one. This book was published this year. Nanay Knows Best, based on the interviews that I have done to 35 mothers. They're all here. I hope some of them are watching here, like Miss Malu, right? Okay. Also, I did a collaboration work with Miss Shana Sino, and I have this book, To the First Woman Who Loved Me. I narrated here the story of my mom and other inspiring stories of our moms. So this is also for raffle prize, okay? And I have a mother who is also generous who would like to share her book, okay? 5 winners of Touch and Embrace by Miss Razel Riz Zabala Jordan. Okay, thank you to my very generous sponsors. And also, I'd like to thank of course, I invite you to join our Facebook group. It's called Heroes Online Summit Community. So please do join that so that we can inform you of the future events that we will have. Thank you once again to our 4 speakers, for our great speakers, Sir Billy Dominguez, Miss Trixie Esguerra, Coach Edwin Soriano, and then Miss Jean Uvero. Okay, so let's, before I thank some of our sponsors, let's read some comments here. Okay, from the talk of Miss Jean, sabi ni Des, wow, grabe yung journey niya. Very noble cause. Dami nilang scholars. Okay. Sabi ni GJ Ramos, the more she'll be blessed. Okay, sabi ni Jazz Encarnacion, don't stop the chain of goodness. Pay it forward. Sabi ni Net Wescan, wow, continue the chain of blessings. Thanks, Miss Jean. Okay, sabi niya nga, nag-comment pa siya na, you are a servant leader based on your story and you are living testimony of a biblical truth. Play it down, pray it up. Wow, talagang nakikinig kayo, ha? Thank you very much. Sabi ni Riza Capidos, take away, know yourself, what you really want, make your soul fulfilled and happy. Okay. So tag your friends if you have friends who are not able to watch this live. So feel free to tag them so that or share them so that they can watch this. This will be in Moozen Core page. We won't take this down after the live. So feel free to share this to your friends. Okay? Sabi ni Miss Florence Yu, congrats Jean. You are right. We are instruments of God to serve others. Okay, so many comments. Sabi ni Miss Lucy D, yes, asawa ni Sir Nelson D, who is a best-selling author. Yes, you're doing a great job as a host. Thank you po sa inyong pag-compliment. Okay, Mustafa Moral, okay? Yeah, sabi ni Miss Malu, one of my authors in Danay Knows Best, be connected with our soul. Yan. Okay. So, imaginary, meron kayong katabi because this is a summit, di ba? So, imagine you have somebody on your right, tap the shoulder to your right, and say, you are a hero. Right? And again, on your left, tap the shoulder to your left and say, you are amazing. Okay. High energy pa rin tayo kahit na tanghali na. Okay? Maraming salamat po sa inyo. And of course, I'd like to thank our generous sponsors. Of course, Moozen Core Consulting Inc. We will be giving away books. Okay? So, abangan nyo po kung sino yung mga winners. Jelly Events for this streaming. Thank you very much, Miss Jelly. And of course, Marianne. Ticket Melon, okay, for our registration of this event. Yoli, MP Camaso and Associates, New Harvest Insurance Agency, 16 Race Enterprises, NW Online Palengke. Nako, sino kaya ang mananalo ng isang bayong ng mga happy food from Miss Rachel? Okay, sabi ko kay Miss books from Miss Rachel Jordan. And then, of course, Green Circle Realty, Winning Coaching by Coach Edwin, Positivity Tricks by Trixie, and Nail It Salon by Miss Jean Uvero. And of course, sino kaya ang mananalo ng ating grand prize, which is a 1-hour career coaching assessment care of Moozen Core Consulting, valued at 3,000 pesos. So, habol pa kayo, maglagay pa kayo ng comments so that we would know if you can be in our raffle. Okay, our raffles will be announced here in this page. So stay tuned for this. This will be done within today. And in case you win, message us your contact details so we can send you your prizes. Of course, thank you to BNI Star Chapter, my family, yan, my new family, and of course, my Toastmasters International Community for the support and the love. Maraming salamat po. And of course, my fellow risers who are here watching with me, yung mga 5 a.m. na, before 5 a.m. pa lang ay gising na. Okay? So thank you very much. This show won't be possible without the help of our team. Of course, hindi ko kakayanin itong mag-isa. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank JJ Letargo, Kate, Villas, Chelsea, Marian, and Des. You are all awesome. Thank you very much. Grabe ang pagmamahal nyo sa show na to. This is, if I may share lang, no, parang less than a month ang preparation namin dito. And yes, thank you very much for giving your best so that we can serve a lot of people, especially mga entrepreneurs. Okay, thank you very much. Overtime na tayo. But I'm sure you were able to get a lot of ideas. And as a reminder, you just need one idea, implement it immediately, and then it will make a difference in this world. Serve one, sabi nga ni Coach Edwin kanina. It has been a pleasure to be your host for the first Heroes Online Summit. Okay, we hope you were able to learn an idea or two so that you can be uplifted and move forward with your business. We are looking forward for you to join our next Heroes Online Summit in November. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye and God bless. I'm Janice Dela Cruz, now signing off. Bye!